Got bumped. Maybe I got bumped.
It was the camera.
Hey. All right. I'm just so glad. I'm so glad that, you know, I like the NFL. A real sport, a real organization, a real league that doesn't rig their games. Unlike the NCAA football, who is literally ran by Georgia, okay? An organization who is owned by Kirby Smart. And I apologize for my hair today. Doesn't look good. We're in the TCU hoodie because they're the rightful winners of the national championship, okay? Because I don't believe in rigging sports. Holy shit, my hair looks so bad, you guys. What happened? What am I doing? What am I doing here? Dude, it's rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged. Bro looks like Max Duggan. You look like Max Duggan. Max Duggan should have one national championship under his belt, if I'm being totally honest with you. It's just such a fraud. It's such a scam what happened. Georgia just put those frogs on a leash. Who puts a frog on a leash, dude? What's wrong with you? Who puts a frog on a leash? Texans Super Bowl bound? Shush. Shush. Haircut makes me feel some sort of way. Yeah, if I could get it to work, man. I'm going to go wet my hair down. It's pissing me off too much.
Okay.
I believe in rigging. Rigging D's. Hey, Zach, what's good, bro?
What's good, Zach? How we doing, baby?
Good to see you, my guy. Zach, were you a TCU or a Georgia guy? Or neither? Did it not matter? I'll tell you what, though. I bet the over.
Yeah.
So Georgia literally by themselves hit the over.
I was just going to say, dude.
The line was 62.5. If TCU didn't even suit up and play, the over was going to hit. TCU
shit.
Basically didn't suit up and play.
No, dude. The dude when we were leaving this morning to get on the plane to come back to Arizona, a dude in like a Georgia uniform or a Georgia sweatshirt saw Meags. I think he saw the TCU, and he's like, I think TCU watched Georgia State's film and not Georgia or something, or Georgia Tech,
Yeah.
right?
It's like this 60-year-old guy in the elevator. He had lost his voice probably from partying, so excited about Georgia. He goes, I think TCU watched Georgia State film,
forgot about
not
that.
Georgia.
Forgot he could barely talk.
I mean, the good news is I'm not actually a TCU fan. I was just like bandwagoning for the fun of it. Yeah, I mean,
look at that line, though. Dude, we were talking about this mid-game. Stetson Bennett's draft stock just went up, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people had him as like the 9th best quarterback, like, which is so crazy because he's won the national championship now back-to-back.
Yeah.
He has to go up. He still doesn't go above CJ Stroud and Bryce Young and probably Will Levis, but I don't know.
Dude, it's just so annoying. It's got to be so annoying for him. It's because it's like, what else? Like we talked about this last time. What else can he possibly do to be better? And it's literally, I think, the only thing that is like holding his draft stock back is just his height. I mean, that's all I can see.
Well,
his game is so good. He is fast.
Mm-hmm.
He has throwing accuracy. He can bomb it. He has very good game knowledge. It seems like, you know,
Yeah.
We're not professional analysis here, but I think it's just like the height aspect is all I can really. I don't know what else.
It's not age, you guys. Age is not holding his draft stock back.
He's 25, but I mean, come on, dude.
Bro, you guys know how the most overrated arm strength. Oh my God. If NFL scouts are still looking at arm strength, then they've never watched the NFL. Arm strength is the most overrated quarterback like skill in the entire book, bro. Most of the greatest quarterbacks of all time have mediocre to subpar arm strength.
Yeah.
Dude, Stetson Bennett is like fucking Tom Brady of college football. He's a closer. He just, I don't know how to describe it, dude.
Yeah, like why do you think he's so low?
Well, number one,
like in my opinion,
he does not have. Number one is he was a walk-on.
Yeah.
He was not a highly touted anything.
Right. So maybe it's just
I think people's concern is that Georgia is so good across the board that any quarterback you put back there is going to look incredible. And Stetson Bennett is also 25. I don't have a problem with him being 25. Mm-hmm. My problem is that he's literally been with Georgia for so long and learned their playbook so well that he's kind of like a robot monkey back there. It's like, you know when people used to call Tom Brady like Sys Tom?
Yeah.
Like system Tom Brady's a system quarterback. It doesn't matter what they do. Like maybe to some small extent that's true, but like 65-7. This is the national championship. This is supposed to be the two best teams in college football playing a football game. What the fuck? And none of that. Stetson Bennett played amazing. He played a great national championship. He deserves all the praise he's getting. But they could have done that without Stetson Bennett. Mm-hmm. They could have done that with nobody at quarterback. Literally. Okay? Branson Robinson had 2 rushing touchdowns. Kendall Milton had 1. So Branson Robinson himself beat TCU. TCU put up 7 points.
Yeah, that's tough.
The kicker himself could have beat TCU.
Look at those
TCU
stats
here
right there, too.
with
Holy
how good Georgia is.
Shit.
And a lot of that's on like the coaching, Georgia's defense, Georgia's offensive line. Like, I think the problem is how much of it is Stetson Bennett and how much do NFL scouts believe that Stetson Bennett can replicate this when it's actually difficult.
Yeah, and I'm like thinking too, it's like if I had to pick, who would I pick? Would I take Bryce Young or Stetson Bennett? It's almost like you take Bryce Young, and Bryce Young didn't even make the playoffs. So you can't really measure it on,
just with how good this Georgia team is, it is probably and it is for me too. It's difficult for me to say just how good Stetson Bennett is. Yeah. It's just so hard. And like, how good is this team? Is this team just that fucking good? I don't know anybody. What I think is, what I strongly believe is that Ohio State versus Georgia was the national championship.
Yeah, I mean,
that to me was the national championship.
Insane, yeah.
I think Georgia shits on Michigan, not by this much. It's probably a significantly better game, but I think Georgia shits on Michigan. I think Ohio State was the national championship. Those were the only 2 teams that could hang with each other.
What are the top 4 teams next year?
Like what does this look like next year?
Yeah.
Bama's making it. Bama's not going to go too.
It might be different too. They might be making it like a wider, like a more
teams they're
playoff
trying to make
too,
it
like
an 8-team, 8-team
but
playoff.
Like top 4 teams next year. Who do you see? Do you think Georgia's coming back?
Yes.
Top 4? I mean, they're losing.
They're losing
a pretty good, and their best defensive lineman, he declared for the draft.
Carter.
I think he's like number 1, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not difficult for Georgia to get more 5
Right.
stars,
They just keep reloading like Alabama usually always does. But then,
I see Bama. I see Georgia. What about Caleb Williams? Is he going? Or is he too old?
I think he should. No, Caleb Williams for USC?
Yeah.
I think he is staying. I don't think he can go to
I see USC. I would say, someone's saying Northwestern. I like Georgia, Bama, USC. I don't know about Northwestern. I don't think Northwestern is a 12-team playoff.
I like Michigan at least. Okay. Michigan at least in the top 8 for sure.
Oh, I agree. They'll be in the top 8.
But I don't know the top 4, though.
It really could be. Zach said Kansas, bro. Come on. Kansas dick fit in your mouth?
Yeah.
Clapped. Penn State, I could see Penn State. I can't see FSU. I do see Ohio State.
What about Tennessee?
I like their quarterback.
Yeah.
I love
their coach.
I don't see them being in over any of these 4 teams, though. Actually, this is what I would say is my 4 for next year. Ohio State, USC, Bama, Georgia.
Yeah.
If I had to predict it next year.
Ohio State, USC.
And next year is still a 14 playoff, and it's the year after that it's 12, I think is what they were saying in here. Okay. Not entirely sure if that's true. There's a lot of casuals in the chat, just like I'm a casual sitting up here.
Ohio State, they're going to be losing Stroud, right?
Yes, 100%. And that's another program. They just recycle. Right, just
keep reloading.
Like, dude, think about this. There was an Alabama team. The 3 quarterbacks were, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was Tua, Mac Jones, and Jalen Hurts.
I was going to say, I think it was Jalen Hurts.
All 3 were on the roster at the same time.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, Jalen Hurts is a top 3 quarterback in the league right now. Yeah. He almost damn near won MVP. Yeah. Tua's probably in the top 10, and Mac Jones is somewhere in the top 15 or 20. Right. That's fucked up. That's on the same college team.
It would be insane for this to happen in 1 year, but what about Colorado? Where do you think? How do you think they're going to play in the next few years?
I don't want to say impossible because TCU just did it.
Yeah, I was just going to say
TCU just did it.
His first season as head coach.
I don't think it's possible for Colorado to. I don't personally think Colorado will go to a decent bowl game this year. Mm-hmm. That would be my prediction. Yeah, just because of how much recruiting power the name Deion Sanders has. Right. That's like a huge part of it. He didn't even have to do recruiting himself. It's just like, holy fuck, prime coaches there.
Did you when your brother was looking at colleges, did you go like tour Colorado's campus? Was it pretty sick?
I toured Boulder. Yeah, it's
you did?
Beautiful. Yeah. Holy shit.
So I wonder if that has much of a play on people, like if it's a beautiful campus. Yeah,
I think so. I think it
or
does.
if players, all they care about, and especially now, is just how much money they can make, and I don't care what it looks like. You know?
I do think, especially with NFL, it's just NIL. I mean, like, think about this. Alabama and Georgia are spectacular programs right now, right? Well, let's not even use Georgia. Georgia's been a good program for a long time, but let's say Alabama. I think Alabama is the gold standard for like year after year success.
100%.
Alabama is a dog shit school. Okay. I had a full ride to Alabama.
Yeah.
Because Alabama has this like academic thing, because I wasn't that smart. I didn't get any money at Michigan State. But Alabama has this thing where their grades and academics are so low that they were paying mediocre to above par high school students full rides to try and jack their stats up, to try and get their academics to look better.
Makes sense.
Alabama is not a pretty campus. The only reason you go to Alabama is for the sports. And those players, and they're getting the best players year over year over year. Yeah. Those players are not thinking how pretty the campus is. They know that the most exposure you can get is at Bama. Yeah. I would say 95% of the time, it used to be, you go to the best program. Right. But now, totally.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, because if Colorado's like a shit campus, then maybe it doesn't matter because it's just the name of Deion Sanders. But it being a beautiful campus, it's just like even that much more
There are a lot of really good reasons to go to Colorado now. A lot of really good reasons to go to Colorado now. 100%. Notre Dame is the best. Notre Dame is a good school, and it's a very difficult school to get into. But Notre Dame's a little private and Christian. It's a little I don't know what you'd call it. A little up their own ass, maybe. I don't know. It's not the most fun school to go to.
Notre Dame.
But listen, if you go to Notre Dame, you're set, dude. That is a spectacular school to go to.
Yeah.
I would never talk shit to someone who went to Notre Dame.
No.
But I wouldn't be saying Notre Dame's like top fun school to go to, dude. That's where Manti Te'o went, and he was talking shit about it. Wookers and Wocaine. Dude, my hair just hates me today. Northwestern's a top 10 O-line.
What happened to Clemson?
Yeah, that's definitely true. Peter Skoronski is going to go top 10.
What happened to Clemson? I'm not sure. Who's the coach there? What's his name? Is it Dabo Sweeney?
Is it still?
Is that his name? Because I think he's an amazing coach. Is that his name, chat? Is his name Dabo?
Dabo Sweeney is Clemson.
Yep.
I
wonder if I wonder how they're gonna do. Yeah, there's some of these names you're just like forgetting about because you just don't see them in the top 5, you know, and you just it's so easy to like forget about teams.
It's so true.
I mean, think about how many people didn't even think about Michigan State this year, but last year Michigan State was in so many people's mouths.
Yeah, 100%.
Now Michigan State just fell off, and it's not looking good. You see all these players transferring. This transfer portal's just making it better. It's so true, though.
Like, Clemson for sure. Like, Clemson was always...
Yeah.
It was always Clemson.
Yeah.
I mean, for the longest time, until literally finally this year, it was USC.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And USC fell off for like 6 or 7 years. Mm-hmm. And now they're finally being discussed again. And they lost to fucking Tulane. So I'm not even going to say that USC is back, but they're certainly they're back a lot better than they have been.
Yeah.
LSU could be top 10. Yes, I agree. LSU always has the capability to be top 10, though.
Texas,
they just don't always perform.
Texas could be slipping up in there, too, getting, what's his name? The Manning son.
Oh, they're getting him?
Archie Manning.
That's who's getting him, right?
It's not Arch Manning.
It's Archie's
Archie's like the
oldest one. He's Arch, I think.
Is it? What's his name? Archie Man? Yeah, is it Arch?
It's one of the two.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going. I'm like 90% sure he's going to Texas. So
Manning.
Like that is like a killer thing too for any team, NFL, whatever. But having like a solid quarterback that just draws in wide receivers mainly, and it might even maybe it deters running backs a little because they're like maybe going to be more pass heavy.
That's more like a scheme thing, I think.
Yeah.
I think the running backs go to the schools who run the ball.
Right, yeah.
I bet you a lot of running backs had Michigan State on their radar after Kenneth
Walker transfers there.
Because we're never known to have God-tier quarterbacks.
No.
We've had like very few really good quarterbacks even go to the league. Kirk Cousins is the only one I can think of off the top of my head at all.
Kirk Cobains?
Burke Thuggins? My top 10, though, like top 10, here's the teams I put in the top 10. Ohio State, Georgia, Bama,
3,
USC,
4.
I already said Ohio State, right?
Yes.
I put Michigan,
5,
LSU,
6,
Texas,
7,
Tennessee,
8,
Penn State,
9,
I feel like I'm missing a good team. I'd say Clemson. If I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, I'd say Clemson.
Oregon.
Someone said Tulane. Suck a dick.
Utah.
I'm not putting TCU in there. I would actually bet that the Horned Frogs are completely unable to replicate what they did this year.
Yeah, it's so hard because you don't know what players are doing.
Yeah, but you think of Bama, think of Georgia though. Like Georgia left no fucking doubt that they're the best team in the nation. TCU almost lost to multiple bum teams throughout the regular season.
Yeah, that's so.
It was a crime that they were in the national championship, and I'm fucking bandwagoning the Horned Frogs, and I think that. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go wet my hair down. It's pissing me off.
That is so true, though. Like Georgia left zero doubt that they should be in the Natty Chip and that they won it. Zero doubt that Georgia is hands down the best team in college football. Or was, since the season is over. But holy shit, was that an ass whooping. And boys, if you didn't see Meags and I's stories on Instagram or whatever, we were at the game. So it was absolutely unreal to watch. And actually, it made me look it up. We saw Stetson Bennett run it. Dude, he is fast. That boy could scoot. I don't know if you guys saw that play. He dropped back. And I think he knew, like literally before the ball snapped, he knew that linebacker, or maybe it was a corner blitz coming off the edge on the left. He knew they were coming. He like maybe did like a 2-3 step drop back and just spun out of there and booked it to the left sideline for a fat gain. Dude, he is quick. And I think I looked it up. He runs like a 4.5 to 4.6, high 4.5, low 4.6, 40-yard dash. That is absolutely cooking for a quarterback. Especially a white chocolate quarterback, let me tell you. Holy shit. He is cooking. Boys, what do you think? Where do you think Stetson Bennett ranks in the draft? I guess overall or quarterbacks. Where do you guys think? Obviously, you have CJ Stroud. You have Bryce Young. What do you have? You have Kentucky's quarterback. I think he might be going. Not 100% sure. Where do you guys think he's going to go? After that game, there's no doubt he's a good quarterback. It's just maybe he is behind the scheme of Georgia and their amazing team, their amazing coaches. It's so hard to tell. I mean, you have these players that can go top 5 in the draft and then they're just busts. So it's like, how do you... It's so hard to gauge. 3rd round, I'm seeing some 5th round, 6th round, day 2 or 3. Ritter went round 3. Yeah, that's true. He is older than Herbert. Yeah. Boys, if you didn't see the short, I just posted it yesterday. Go watch that short. It's about Stetson Bennett and how he's literally older than, like, I think 5 or 6 quarterbacks that are currently in the NFL right now. It's hilarious. If I'm an NFL team, though, looking at that and watching him play, I'm very strongly looking at Stetson Bennett as a very good backup quarterback behind your maybe franchise QB or maybe behind your like Jared Goff if you're the Lions.
Dude, if you guys think Stetson Bennett's draft stock is affected by his age, you're actually a moron. Yeah, you think about this. NFL teams draft running backs. Running backs are rarely on a single team as the starter for more than 3 years. It's generational running backs who do that. Think of the best running backs in the league. Those are the only running backs who've made it that long. Quarterbacks? Bro, quarterbacks barely lose any, like year over year, quarterbacks barely lose any talent. Yeah. They virtually only get better with age. And that's with experience as a starter. Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule, but running backs are the reverse. Mm-hmm. Every single year, and there's like a snap count number, and I believe it's like 3 years in. After virtually 3-4 years, running backs only decline. Take a look at Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah. Ezekiel Elliott got to the league, was amazing. Every single year since Zeke got into the league, his numbers have declined. Like on the dot. Yeah. It's a gradual 10% decline every single year that Zeke has played. There are generational running backs who outdo that, like Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara are like the 3 like main running backs that I could name off the top of my head whose numbers don't significantly decline. It's about all I can think of. You a casual, Zeke's balling out. That's just not true at all. Zeke might be doing well Every season Zeke does well, but every season his numbers decline. Chubb is a good example too. Christian McCaffrey is a good example too. Christian McCaffrey's a good example too.
Bro, how funny was it too when we were like, I think we were in the hotel before we went to the game, and they had, I just saw this comment and it made me remind Saban was on the, he was like on the broadcast, and this dude goes, Saban is trying his absolute hardest to not say we would have won. Bro, you could, some of the things, like, they're just literally praising his like rivals.
Right.
And he's just sitting there just like, fuck.
I don't know why Saban agreed to go on that.
Bro,
I have no idea.
That's gotta be tough. I wouldn't want to do that. That would be so tough. Because, like, in his mind, he's thinking, dude, we should be here right now.
100%.
And then especially...
It has to be a contract. It's part of his contract.
Yeah, and especially, but after the game, too, oh my gosh, he sees TCU get blown out that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
I'd be fucking pissed.
Dude.
Sitting there watching that like, bro, if my team was in here, at least we would have put up a fight.
Yeah, and we don't even know the money aspect, too, how much money he lost because he didn't make it to the Natty Chip, and maybe the bonus he would get. The coaches get bonuses for winning.
That's true. I bet you at Nick Saban's point with how much he does, I don't think he cares about the money.
Right, yeah, I mean, they're loaded to the gills, but it's like...
Someone said Najee Harris, bro. Najee Harris is fucking 2 or 3 years into the league. You can't use Najee Harris as an example. Chubb and McCaffrey are the only other 2 good examples I've seen.
Oh, yeah, and it happened to be that the TCU punters was the dude you were talking about. He's literally 29 years old.
TCU's punter's 29. Dude, you guys are hilarious. The greatest quarterback of all time is fucking 45 years old. You think an NFL scout is worried that Stetson Bennett is 25?
Yeah,
you guys are just saying that because you've seen it over every meme for the last like week. Yeah. No one gives a fuck.
They're the same age.
If my running back was 25, I'd be pissed. You want your running back to be fresh as fuck. You want your running back to have never touched the football. You want your running back to have no reps under his belt.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs is so young too. Guys, stop telling me 25-year-olds. How old is Josh Jacobs? Are you kidding me? Josh Jacobs' age. And Josh Jacobs 24. Josh Jacobs is the same age as me. For anyone saying, and Aaron Jones is a great example. Aaron Jones, right? Aaron Jones has been an excellent running back. He is literally in the process of getting replaced by A.J. Dillon. That is why they brought A.J. Dillon in. That is why they share a snap count. That's why Aaron Jones no longer has 80% of the snap count. He's got 50% of it. Aaron Jones is the receiving back. A.J. Dillon is the actual running back. And that did not used to be the case. There's only 5 guys in the league who are actually a lead RB1, and they've got about 3 years left, maybe. That's McCaffrey, Chubb, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry. DeAndre Swift is a perfect example in my point. DeAndre Swift is a running back we drafted in the 2nd round, and he got completely outplayed this year by Jamal Williams, who we took from the Packers.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll take. You guys will see. Bro, this is why my only point is this is why scouts do not give a shit that Stetson Bennett is 25 because he is a quarterback and it literally doesn't matter. Whereas for a running back, it is literally the only reason you get running backs. It's why running backs don't get taken in the 1st round anymore. It's why it's super rare. You used to see NFL teams taking running backs all the time in the 1st round and nobody does it anymore. Mm-hmm.
They're so like interchangeable.
Yeah, you could put anybody in there. Like that, running backs is a system position. Other than generational talents, is a system position. That's why Donta Foreman. Have any of you heard of Donta Foreman before this year? Nobody's heard of Donta Foreman, right? Except because the Panthers used to have CMC, and then they drafted Chubba Hubbard. So you'd think Chubba Hubbard would be the guy. Then CMC goes, all of a sudden Donta Foreman steps up and he starts running like crazy. Saquon Barkley, I can't use him as a good example because he was out for like an entire year, and then the year after that his production was horrible, and now this year his production was excellent. So Barkley went excellent, injured, poor, excellent. So it's just, you need a couple more years with Saquon Barkley before you talk about it. Devonta Freeman, is he still even in the league? I don't know if I can use that as an example either. Devonta Freeman. Is he still in the league?
Is he?
Plays for the Ravens. I guess I don't know. Born in 1992. Todd Gurley. Yeah, you guys remember Todd Gurley? Anybody remember Offensive Player of the Year Todd Gurley? You remember the cliff he was standing on that he fell off of and then literally isn't in the league anymore? That was like four years ago. He was Offensive Player of the Year. He's not even in the league. Okay, if Stetson Bennett came into the league right now, he could literally play for 10 more years at a high level. There's not a single running back who could ever do that at the age of 25. At a high level.
True. Yeah, that's so true.
Stetson Bennett could play for 13 more years at a high level. If he was on some Tom Brady shit, he could play for 20 more years at a high level. I don't think that's super realistic what Tom Brady did. Tom Brady's the outlier. A lot of quarterbacks can play till the age of 35 at a high level. Most quarterbacks do. Brandon Whedon? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know who that is. I'm not saying Stetson Bennett is at a high level, guys. All I'm saying is his draft stock is not that impacted by his age. All right, let's get a little Week 18 overview in, baby.
Yeah.
The final week of NFL football. Isn't that crazy? Well, I guess not technically. The final week of the NFL regular season, but still.
It flew by, dude.
It always flies by. We sit here in a week, whatever, the final week every single year, and we go, wow, that was fast. There is only 2 time periods on planet Earth, gentlemen. There's football season, there's waiting for football season.
True.
So we're going to really cherish this next month of football because there's not a whole lot left.
No, not a lot.
But let's talk about this final week. This did determine a lot. So Chiefs-Raiders, pretty simple game. Yeah. Chiefs locked this up. I don't think anyone really saw this going any differently, so not too much to talk about here. The only thing I'd say is Jerick McKinnon now has a touchdown in 6 straight games. Something like that. Jerick McKinnon has been absolutely going off. He got a receiving touchdown, I believe, in this game. Yep. 2 receptions, 0 yards, and a touchdown.
Okay.
He's just a little touchdown hawk in there, dude.
I guess so.
It's 6 straight games. There's 9 touchdowns in 6 games, something like that. I don't know, but he's been playing awesome, so good for Jerick McKinnon. Nice pickup. He's old, too. Jerick McKinnon's old. He's like 31 or something. Yeah. So good for him. Titans-Jaguars, huge game for the Jaguars. This Tennessee Titans team used to be 7-3. 7-3, ladies and gentlemen. 9 games. Yeah, good for him.
What happens? What happens there?
How do you lose 7 straight games?
Yeah,
well, I could pull out a laundry list of excuses. The only thing is every team has the same excuses. Mm-hmm. Some Titans fan is going to sit here and tell me how injured they were. Okay. Every single team gets injured.
Yeah.
Every single team loses key players all of the time. I don't know. It was a really tough go for the Tennessee Titans. I was saying one of the few things I predicted very correctly was that the Titans were such a fraudulent 7-3 team. When they were 7-3, I was like, they're not good. Their record says they're good. They have one of the best records in the league. They're just not. I don't know how they're doing it. And I think, Father Time just kind of caught up to him here. So, yeah, tough.
Jags, though, in the playoffs. Maybe a quick first round out, but hey, they made it.
Who are they playing? They have to play a really good team. I think they play the Chiefs.
I can kind of see it right here, actually, if I come down here. Chargers.
Oh, no. You know what, dude? I legitimately could see the Jaguars winning this game.
I looked at the line, and it's like -1 or something.
For the Jaguars?
Let me see.
I have the Jaguars winning this game.
It is -1 Chargers.
I have the Jaguars winning this, ladies and gentlemen. You guys will see. We predicted the whole playoffs. We'll show you that later, but we'll just keep going for now. Trevor Lawrence, especially with quarterbacks, I think it's really unfair to evaluate young quarterbacks in their first year. Mm-hmm. I think in their second and third year is when you can really start to call them a bust or this or that. Let's not forget that Trevor Lawrence really sucked last year.
Yeah.
I mean, there were Jaguars fans who even said Trevor Lawrence, was a horrible pick. We should have taken someone else. What were we doing? Blah, 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 blah. Trevor Lawrence has been great in the second half of this season. Jaguars didn't start out hot, but guess what? Jaguars were never supposed to be good at all. Jaguars were not supposed to go to the playoffs. The Jaguars, I believe their line at the start of the season was 4.5 wins. So if you went to Vegas and you could bet over or under 4.5 wins to win your money back, and the Jaguars ended with 9 wins. Significant.
You know what they were looking at last year? Were they supposed to be decent last year?
They were supposed to be horrible last year. Last year's when they had Urban Meyer, though.
I was just going to say, do you think part of the reason Trevor Lawrence was kind of shit last year was the whole Urban Meyer? Maybe
I do.
There was a very toxic locker room, and it's just...
I think Urban Meyer was a huge part of why Trevor Lawrence sucked ass. But also, they don't have that much talent. They did a really good job picking up players. A lot of people criticize them for overpaying on players. I still would criticize them for overpaying on players. They paid Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, and Zay Jones a huge majority of their offensive salary. Not that they have a salary cap for offense, but they poured a lot of money into those three guys. I don't think they were worth it, but you know what? Damn it, they made the playoffs, and that's more than I can say for my team.
That's all that matters.
So
that's all that matters.
Good for them. Browns, Steelers. Steelers get a big dub. Kenny Pickett has been great in the second half of the season. He connected with George Pickens, I believe, for his one touchdown. Is that correct? His one receiving touchdown.
Yeah, right there.
Steelers do not make the playoffs, unfortunately, but I think they're building something good. The 9-8 teams, I really like the future of all the 9-8 teams. That is the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Detroit Lions.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, those are the 9-8 teams. I think that, the Steelers are young, and they lost their franchise QB, Ben Roethlisberger, who was with that team for forever. So usually you're going to struggle the year after that, and they actually put together.
Kenny Pickett, they're going to replace Benny? You think he's staying there franchise-ish or what?
Right now, they're looking at Kenny Pickett as their franchise QB. Yeah. 100%. I don't know if that's it. I kind of think they need to get a new offensive coordinator. Hate to jump on the social media bandwagon of hating Matt Canada, but I just think he's not very good. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. The Browns have a long way to go, though. It'll be interesting to see if Deshaun can get back to Deshaun form because Deshaun was very, very good on the Texans. Maybe he needs a full season of practice under his belt. Maybe he needs no drama in his life. Who knows? So I am actually rooting for Deshaun Watson. I think the Deshaun Watson situation was really shitty, but I'm not going to judge a man on his worst moment. And I think Deshaun Watson, with a full off season, the Browns at 7-10, they're also in a position to really, really improve this team because they have such a good defense. But it's pitiful. Defense. With the amount of weapons they have on offense, it is pitiful what they do.
How much points they're putting up? Yeah, they should.
I mean, although they are kind of missing a number one star wide receiver. But Donovan Peoples-Jones has the makings. We'll see with the Browns. I'm not really sure on them. Ravens, Bengals, 16-27. I gotta say, yeah.
Who's that? I just noticed that. Who's Anthony Brown?
19 for 44. What the fuck?
Wait, what?
Where's Tyler Huntley?
Anthony Brown?
Dude, I don't think the Ravens only have black quarterbacks.
Ravens third string UDFA. Both were hurt. Oregon rookie QB.
Lamar Jackson, Tyler Huntley, Brett Hundley, and Anthony Brown. Those are their quarterbacks.
Dude, no way he looks just like...
That's what I'm saying, dude. What? It's just kind of funny.
Bro, what?
Most quarterbacks have zero black. Most teams have zero black quarterbacks, and the Ravens have 4.
A lawsuit on them,
the Ravens are fucking hoarding, dude.
I'm filing a lawsuit, dude.
I need affirmative action. We need some diversity. You better start spreading out the black QBs. That's crazy. Ravens got a type, dude.
Bro, that's hilarious.
That's funny. Well, 19, he threw a lot. Yeah, holy shit. They never let Huntley. Well, it's just because they were losing, I guess. 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The Bengals are looking really good going into playoffs.
Yeah.
Bengals are looking really good at going into the playoffs. I think, and the Ravens do make the playoffs. I think this is just a rematch. Don't the Bengals just play the Ravens again? In the playoffs?
Let me look here. It's nice and
It's
easy.
literally just a rematch.
Yeah.
So it's literally just a rematch of that game. I think out of the teams that did make the playoffs, I think I'd most want to play the Ravens. Let me look at the teams. I'd most want to play the Ravens or maybe the Buccaneers, but I wouldn't really want to face Tom Brady in the playoffs. Out of this, I'd want to play the Ravens the most. I think the Ravens are the sorriest playoff
Ravens
team.
Are the Jags or the Chargers, I guess. Supposedly, Lamar might be coming back, even though he's hurt.
Well, that's a good point. If Lamar comes back, I don't want to play Lamar. I don't want to play Lamar at all. If Lamar is not back, I'm 100% playing the Ravens.
Do you play Lamar even though he's kind of hurt?
No. I don't.
Supposedly he's going to be coming back, but...
Zach, hey, thank you for the dono. $50 dono. Appreciate you, bro. Pass right past the Seahawks. No, we're going to get to it. Don't worry. Jeez, dude. Thank you so much for that dono. Appreciate you, bro. That's fire. But yeah, Vikings, Bears. Okay, so this is crazy. Everybody assumes that the Bears are going to get the second pick and the Texans are going to get the first pick. The Vikings beat the Bears. If the Texans beat the Colts, they can go. Lovie Smith knows he's getting fired. Mm-hmm. Lovie Smith pulls out all the stops. They throw a Hail Mary. Then he goes for 2 and they get it. And all of a sudden, Lovie Smith fucks over his own team, who's fucking him over because they're about to fire him. So I would have done the same thing. Yep. And all of a sudden, the Texans have the number 2 pick. The Bears have the number 1 pick. The Bears don't want a quarterback. They definitely believe in Justin Fields. So I think the Bears are going to take either. There's one of 2 things that happens. I think the Bears take Will Anderson because he's a generational talent. He's a guaranteed draft pick. Or they trade down and they get multiple positions. Because that first round pick is actually, I think it's one of the more important ones. I don't think it was as important this last year.
Yeah. Because
it was like, I don't know, there wasn't any quarterbacks anyone was really crying for. You could have taken Trayvon or Aiden Hutchinson with 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. I feel like right now the consensus number 1 pick is Will Anderson. I don't see that changing. And then there's also insanely good quarterbacks in the draft. So, and the Bears might not want either. I could see them trading down, getting multiple picks, and some other team fucking badly. They either badly want CJ Stroud or they badly want Will Anderson.
Yeah.
Or like technically you could badly want Bryce Young too, but I think people are going to go CJ Stroud over Will Anderson. It's a very QB heavy draft, bro. There's so many good QBs. Why I act like Will Anderson is a lot better than Jalen Carter? I'm not acting like Will Anderson's a lot better than Jalen Carter, but I'm going to tell you right now, there is a 0% chance that Jalen Carter is drafted over Will Anderson. It will be Will Anderson number 1. Jalen Carter is great. Jalen Carter is not going number 1. Dude, you're absolutely out of your mind if you think a D tackle is going number 1. I'll make a bet with any delusional Georgia fan right now who thinks Jalen Carter is going number 1. Will Anderson is going number 1. If it's not Will Anderson, CJ Stroud is going 1. There is some absolutely delusional team, not delusional, but there's a team who wants a CJ Stroud so bad that they will trade up for it.
100%.
Dude, I never said he was just a nose tackle. Who are you putting in quotations? When did I say that? Jalen Carter's a fucking beast. Jalen Carter will absolutely go top 5. Dude, you guys are absolutely insane if you think Will Anderson's not going number 1. There's a reason that so many edge rushers have gone number 1 because they're the most guaranteed talent. It is a brain dead job for the scout and the prospects of the team if you're going to take a guy like Will Anderson. In recent years, the guys who are the exact same is like Chase Young, Trayvon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson, Myles Garrett. You just take them. You don't even got to think about it, bro. You don't even got to think about it. It's just like, my job is to draft talent. Here is a guaranteed fucking monster. I'm taking Will Anderson. You don't Hail Mary when you have Will Anderson. You got the 10th pick, you can go ahead and take a Hail Mary. You got the 15th pick, you go ahead and take a Hail Mary. Number 1, you take Jadeveon Clowney went first. Yeah, Jadeveon Clowney, yeah, Bosa's another good example. No way you think a QB doesn't go 1. Well, here's why a QB doesn't go 1. If the Bears keep the pick. If the Bears don't trade that pick down, you think the Bears are going to take a quarterback over Justin Fields? No fucking way. Absolutely not. The Bears are building around Justin Fields and they love Justin Fields. If the Bears keep that pick, they're taking Will Anderson. If the Bears trade that pick, it'll be to a team who wants Will Anderson or a team who wants a quarterback because they're scared that the Texans are going to take him. Because you know who's taking a quarterback is the Texans. The Texans, I do not believe the Texans believe in Davis Mills. I think they want a CJ Stroud or a Bryce Young. So the only 2 options at 1 is a team who wants a quarterback wants to snipe CJ Stroud from the Texans or Bryce Young from the Texans, or they want Will Anderson more than the Bears do. Which I wouldn't be surprised. If I'm the Bears, I'm trading down 100%. I don't think it's harder to get a good D tackle that can pass rush than an edge that can pass rush. Listen, I'm not saying anything bad on Jalen Carter. I think Jalen Carter is incredible. I just don't see Jalen Carter going over. I don't see Jalen Carter going over Will Anderson. Yeah. Regardless, the Texans are set. The Texans are getting Bryce Young or CJ Stroud if they're going quarterback. You never know, though. I mean, sometimes they're cooking up some crazy shit. Like, remember when the Bears traded up to get Mitch Trubisky? Like, that's crazy. Dylan, Bryce Young is minus 110 to go number 1. Then it's Stroud, then Carter. And Carter and Anderson are tied. I see. So Vegas has Carter and Anderson tied, Bryce Young is number 1, then Stroud. Well, that's interesting. That must assume, so if you were going to gamble right now for Bryce Young to go number 1, you're assuming that the Bears are trading.
Yeah, I was going to say, got to assume Bears.
So Vegas is assuming the Bears are going to trade
Unless the Bears are just complete idiots.
I'll tell you what, guys. I think gambling can be really, really fun, but definitely be responsible. And if you are gambling right now on who's going to go number 1, I find that to be a very, very irresponsible bet. There are so many things that can go wrong that can fuck your bet before the draft even gets here.
It's so far away.
Like if you really want to bet on that, I would say take a really small, comfortable amount of money that you're okay with. Let's say $5, $10, or $20, and just bet. Maybe take $5 and just bet on the first 5 picks. $5 on each. Okay, so you think number 1 is this, 2, 3, 4, 5 is this. That's what I'm going to do this year. Last year I missed 1 in the top 5. I thought the Texans were going to take Evan Neal, but they took Derek Stingley.
Yeah.
And Derek Stingley's a beast, so it's a good pick. But I think I had Trayvon, then Aiden, Sauce Gardner to the Jets. I'm trying to remember who else. When is the draft? It's in April, no? End of April, start of May? Something like that?
I think it's April. Yeah, April.
To be fair, the Bears are not amazing at drafting. Hey, a lot of teams aren't, dude. That shit's hard. But I think their Justin Fields pick was really good. Look up Jose Ramirez out of EMU. He's a beast. Zai, I'll check it out later, Zai. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. Who do you think is going to win, Seahawks or Niners? Probably got the Niners, but I wouldn't sleep. The line is -10 Niners, but I wouldn't sleep on the Seahawks. It does seem like they're going to get cooked, though. If Vegas has got you at -10, I'm not feeling too good for you. I'll tell you that. Think of it this way. Vegas believes that the Jaguars are 10 times more likely to beat the Chargers than the Seahawks are to beat the Niners. That's crazy. Like Vegas thinks that Jaguars-Chargers is a 50-50 even game, whereas Vegas is giving the Niners a 10-point handicap. That's crazy. Projected to be heavy rain in San Francisco. Who do you think that benefits? Does that benefit Seattle because they're more used to the rain? The club, mark my words, Seahawks beating the Niners. Catch me at Boondocks. Hit me at Boondocks.
We're pulling
up. All right,
up.
man. We'll see you there, bro. We're going to pull up. We'll pull up the Boondocks. Hey, club. If the Seahawks beat the Niners, I will go to Boondocks. Right after, I will go to Boondocks, and I better see you there. You better say, yo, bro, this is the club from MMG Live, and you better buy me a shot. No, I'll buy you a shot. What am I talking about? If the Hawks beat the Niners, I'll pull up to Boondocks. I'll meet you there. I'll buy you a shot. My friend told me if the Jaguars and Seahawks go to the Super Bowl, he would give me $50. That's the easiest bet of your life. So you're not putting up any money. He's just going to give you $50. Oh, if they go to the Super Bowl. Okay. Well, Jesus. If the Jaguars and the Seahawks go to the Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure if you bet a cent on that, you'd probably make about $50. All right, we got to keep up with this. We got to keep up with our Week 18 overview here. So Vikings shit on the Bears. Best case scenario for the Bears, because then the Texans could still win, right? And then they go on and do it. You got to love that. Remember when you said the Dolphins were going to the bowl?
Sure.
Well, that's not even fair, bro. They don't have their quarterback, and they haven't had him.
So I'm just seeing this stat line. I'm assuming they just took out Kirk Cousins because they have the playoffs. There's no point to even play him, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure because that would change.
Like if he got injured?
If he got hurt, that would be huge. So, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yup.
Bills, Pats.
Yeah, Pats actually put up a much better fight than I expected them to.
I know,
but this game didn't matter.
Are they exposing the Bills' defense?
No. Bills didn't give a fuck. Everybody's resting their starters.
Yeah, you think? Okay.
Everybody's resting their starters. Nobody gives a fuck.
Why does Josh Allen play the entire game then?
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Why do you play your starters the entire game?
I thought that was stupid.
Why do you, unless it's seeding?
There was probably some seeding here, but I think
there might have been because the Bengals and Bills game got canceled. Maybe there's some seeding going on there.
There was seeding, but I think most teams like Vikings, Bears, like everybody's taking their foot off the gas. Like the Bears took their foot off the gas and so did the Vikings. And it's like, okay, let's move. Whereas you could see Bill Bell a fraud. Tom Brady made Belichick look like a good coach. He's actually a fraud.
If the Bills lost, then they got to face KC and Arrowhead for AFC Championship. Okay. Pats were playing for playoffs. Okay. Yeah, so they needed to play.
This just had to be a good game, huh?
Yeah. Jets, Dolphins. Look at this snooze fest right here.
This is a really, really, really bad game.
6-11.
Really.
Look at Joe
Tyreek
Flacco.
tweeted after. He's like, yeah, that was ugly, but you know what? A dub's a dub. It's a whole lot different without Tua in there. I'll say that. I mean, when everybody's talking about Mike McDaniels being the God coach of the year, and they were so fun to post and talk about, and then Tua goes out. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's just give a lot of respect to Tua, though. Tua got a whole lot of shit. Tua got shit talked so much coming into this season. And now without Tua, this Dolphins team is struggling to put up 11 points against Jets. Have a good defense, okay? But the Jets aren't fucking top 3 defense in the league. Yeah. And they're struggling to put up 11 points. So I think it's just credit to Tua. I think it's credit to Tua that Tua is actually a stud. And that team really needs him. And he proved all the haters wrong. Buccaneers, Falcons. Pretty fucked up that the Buccaneers at 8-9 had clinched a playoff spot.
I know, bro.
This game truly didn't matter.
Multiple 9 and 8 teams that aren't even in the playoffs, right?
I mean, like for the Buccaneers, like it truly didn't matter this game at all. Yeah. It's like we could win this game and it changes nothing, or we could lose this game and it changes nothing against a divisional rival. That's how fucked the NFC South was this year. So Blaine Gabbert and Kyle Trask got reps. Giovanni Bernard, Keyshawn Vaughn, Devin Tompkins, and Rashad White got reps. Devin Tompkins caught 4. Keyshawn Vaughn, Kyle Rudolph, Scott Miller, Cade Otton, Lenny Fournette, Giovanni Bernard. Just
Holy
everybody,
shit,
bro. That whole roster got put in. This is like when you put in the special ed kid at the end of a high school game. Let him go get a touchdown. Like, actually. Avery Williams had 12 yards, bro. Who? Michael Pruitt. Bro, get out of here. That's a generated Madden name. That's not a real person.
Oh, shit.
Wild to think my team, the Jags, made the playoffs. Honestly, Dougie P has made a reason why he could be coach of the year. Love you, boys. Chase, appreciate that, bro. There's a lot of coaches who could be coach of the year this year. Peterson, I don't think he'll get it, but he's a good one. Sirianni with the Eagles. Brian Dabble could 1,000% get it. I think even Dan Campbell here with this push at the end of the season, has actually... he's got my vote, but I think realistically, I think it should go to Brian Dabble. I don't know who goes.
Eagles coach? Eagles are fucking.
So that's Sirianni.
Oh, okay.
Sirianni probably will get it because of their amazing record, but I don't think anybody thought the Eagles are going to suck. Mm-hmm. They didn't think they'd be as good as they are. Whereas like the Giants, everyone thought they were going to suck ass. Yeah. He made Daniel Jones look awesome. Comeback Player of the Year runner-up, Saquon Barkley. And they go to the playoffs. Yeah. Going to the playoffs is a big huge part, Brian Dabble, right? Isn't that how you say it? How are you guys saying it? It's Brian Dabble. Are you correcting me, or how do you go ahead and tell me? Go ahead and tell me, chat. I'm not sure. You guys are you're all typing something, but are you typing how I'm supposed to say it, or are you typing how I said it? So Daboll is correct.
Daboll? Yeah? Brian Daboll?
Yeah, Pete Carroll.
See, now there's Dayball.
Brian Daboll.
Daybill?
Brian Daboll. Okay, bet. So Brian Daboll. All right, well, let's keep going. Yeah, I hope Brian Daboll gets coach of the year.
Panthers Saints.
Panthers Saints. Yeah, this game doesn't fucking matter.
Poor. Doesn't even matter. Why? Yeah, I don't
know. Look at Sam Darnold. Look how many passing attempts Sam Darnold had. Wait a second, go back to that.
Oh, shit, yep.
I think they ran the ball every fucking
15.
play.
That's a Justin Fields stat line. I say this every time.
That's a fucking junior high school quarterback stat line.
43 yards, 2 interceptions.
5 for 15, 43 and 2 interceptions. Jesus.
That's tough.
Oh, Brian DeBeal, my bad. Brian DeBeal. I do hope he gets coach of the year. However you say his name, DeBeal or whatever the other one was. DeBowell. I'll say DeBeal. I think it's DeBeal based on all the comments. Brian DeBeal. Thank you. Someone said, there you go. All right, so man, I appreciate that, bro. I got it. Texans Colts. We already talked about this, bro, but Lovie Smith just said, all right, you're gonna hire me on. Here's what happened, okay? The Texans bring in Lovie Smith to a dog shit, useless fucking team. They tank as they were supposed to.
Yep.
And then Lovie Smith gets fired. I think this is fucked up. I genuinely believe that the Houston Texans organization used Lovie Smith to tank. They said, we need a scapegoat quarterback. Okay? Yeah. I don't think they ever should have hired Lovie Smith. I got nothing against Lovie Smith. I just don't think he was a very good candidate for a head coach. Anyway, could anybody have done anything with this Texans team? No. I don't think fucking Bill Belichick. I don't think you take the best coach of all time rise him up from his grave and stick him on the Houston Texans. He does much with that team.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at Dan Campbell, for example. We brought Dan Campbell on to a floundering, drowning Detroit Lions team. And that first season, you know what we went? We went 3-13 with Dan Campbell. And then the next season, now we're 9-8.
Yep.
And now what does next season look like?
only
Who
go
knows?
up, hopefully.
But hopefully, I think we go to the playoffs. Lovie Smith's in the same position, and they fire him. I genuinely believe they fired a coach that they believed was subpar as a hiring because they wanted to tank this year so that they could draft a good quarterback, and then they can fire him and they can say it's coach's fault. Coach, you tanked. We don't want you on this team. And they also don't want him coaching the potentially rebuilt Texans.
Yeah,
they don't.
That's true.
They have a great excuse to fire him because like if they kept Lovie Smith and he did pretty well next year, now you can't fire him. Like the Lions are never going to fire Dan Campbell right now. Right.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that's what happened with Lovie Smith.
Do you think he purposely did that 2 point to just say fuck you?
1,000% he fucked them on purpose here.
Yes.
Because he knew what happened too.
I love it. I fucking love it. Fuck him, dude. I love it.
I guarantee this is what happened. No, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say definitive statements like that because I guarantee I don't know shit. But here's what I believe happened. I believe that when the Texans hired Lovie Smith on, they said, look, we know you don't have a lot to work with here. Just do your best. Let's build a new team chemistry. Let's do this. Let's do that. They sold him on this. The same thing that the Lions sold Dan Campbell on. Yeah. And then Lovie Smith in these last couple weeks, he realizes he's going to get fired. And now he's like, wow, you fuckers, you gave me nothing. You gave me the weakest, one of the shittiest teams in the NFL to work with. And you expect me to succeed? How? I kept close games with some good teams. I'm working with nothing here, and we still played okay. Yeah. And now we're going to get to rebuild. We got all these draft picks to rebuild with, so let's rebuild. Except you're going to fire me anyway? Well, fuck you. I'm going to give everything I got against the Indianapolis Colts. We're running Hail Mary on 4th and 20 in the final game of the season. We got nothing to win. And when it's 30-31, I'm pulling out my best play. I'm going for 2. And the minute we catch it, you can see Lovie Smith. There's a highlight of it. After he gets that 2 and he's walking off and the game's over, he's smirking his ass off. It's not like yes, we won. Yeah. He's walking like this. I never thought
of it like how you're saying, how they like hired him kind of to just tank. Mm-hmm. It's kind of ingenious, I guess. I don't know.
If I'm the GM and I'm a fan of the Texans organization, this is the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But you are absolutely royally fucking over Lovie Smith. And it's almost like you shouldn't be allowed to do that because you're really ruining this guy.
Because you're like ruining it for his other chances at other coaching opportunities because it makes him look like he's a shit coach.
Unless you're the GM, you invite Lovie Smith over for dinner. You said, I'm going to slide you $5 million under the table. Don't bitch. Don't talk about it. We're going to hire you to suck ass. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the season, we're going to fire you. Yeah. But if they do that, then Lovie Smith doesn't go for 2 right here. You know? So that's kind of why I believe. True, yeah. I don't believe that the Texans organization was honest or had a very good parting ways with Lovie Smith. Because if they had treated Lovie Smith well, he actually tanks this game.
Yeah.
He does not do that. You don't like it was 4th and 20, and he's calling. Bro, I don't even call the Hail Mary. I don't think most teams call that Hail Mary.
Bro, I wonder if they had a camera on like the GM or the owner during that
play.
He
was pissed. GM walked out of the stadium.
Really?
Texans GM was in the stadium, and when Lovie Smith was going for 2, he's standing up watching. He's like, you motherfucker. Yeah. You motherfucker. No way. And then they get it, and the GM walks out of the stadium.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, he sucks. Everyone's saying he's such a bad coach. That's the point. The Texans never should have hired Lovie Smith. They hired Lovie Smith because he sucks. Yep. So they could do poorly this year, get a good draft pick, and then fire him.
Yeah.
That's why they hired Lovie Smith. You used him as your interim head coach? Yeah, no. No. I'm telling you what I believe, guys. Nobody knows what happened. You can't tell me what happened. After you fire. It was all intentional. The whole point was that he would suck, so they would tank. Damn. Whatever. I think it's a very good theory. It is my running theory. Who knows if it's true?
Cardinals 49ers.
Cardinals Niners. I mean, this is how you imagine a lot of these last week games going, where the Niners, do have something to play for and the Cardinals don't, and it's just a blowout. Yeah, not much to say about this game.
Brock Purdy, solid though. Solid.
But I believe Brock Purdy continues to have the best QBR out of any quarterback in the league since he became a starter. This is a poverty game, so I don't count these stats all that much, but it's still true. That
we're going to get to this later, but the 49ers are one of the teams in the mix of possibly where Aaron Rodgers may venture to But
that motherfucker's retiring.
But let's say Brock Purdy, let's just say Aaron Rodgers is going to leave and he wants a different team.
Right.
Let's say Brock Purdy, though, makes a deep playoff push, maybe even makes it to the Super Bowl, gets beat by whoever. Is he now replacing G-Rop and I can't remember the rookie.
Trey
Lance. Yeah, is he just...
Oh, Brock Purdy?
Yeah, is he stepping in and just taking the spot?
This is a really shitty scenario for Trey Lance. I don't think it's so much a shitty scenario for Jimmy Garoppolo, who has a huge guaranteed contract. I'm sure Jimmy Garoppolo wants to play to win. I'm sure he cares a lot.
And he could fucking retire and go be a model and fucking do OnlyFans if you want to, dude.
But yeah, I mean, it's different. Like, why do these guys go to the league? A lot of them go because they love the game, but also a lot of them go because it's their career. Yeah. And once you got your career money locked up, it's a whole different ballgame. Trey Lance does not have that.
Right.
Jimmy Garoppolo does. Mm-hmm. So I think the person who's really in a shitty scenario here is Trey Lance.
Yeah.
And I mean, great for Brock Purdy to come out here and have an opportunity and take advantage of it. But like, I think they keep, you almost are at a position where you trade one of them.
Right. Yeah. Why would you?
Why would you want three high caliber quarterbacks?
Exactly. When you could get a lot out of kind of any of them.
Well, the good news is that Trey Lance and Brock Purdy aren't going to get to renegotiate their contracts for some amount of time, whereas you're paying Jimmy G for a long time, no matter what. So what's going to happen is someone's hand's going to get forced. Is Trey Lance should come up on it sooner. Yeah. Trey Lance would come up on it sooner where it's like, hey, it's time to either pay me or I'm jumping ship to someone who will. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be a team who really wants Trey Lance. So in the long run, I see Brock Purdy stays with the Niners for a long time. So does Jimmy G, and Trey Lance goes somewhere else.
Oh, they're saying Jimmy's a free agent.
Next year? Oh my God, because he's on a 1 year.
Jimmy a free agent?
They only gave Jimmy a 1 year.
Damn.
Well, then the better question is, do the Niners try to re-sign Jimmy, or do they go balls deep on Brock Purdy?
Or Aaron Rodgers.
I think Aaron Rodgers retires.
Okay.
It's not even in my wheelhouse. I think Aaron Rodgers is done.
We'll talk about that. Okay.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers didn't want another one.
I don't know, dude. Aaron Rodgers, we'll talk about it later. We're going to get into that. Okay. Cowboys, Commanders, we got a couple games
Let Jimmy walk.
Cowboys, Commanders here. You will never go a week without Dak Prescott throwing at least one interception. So if you are a betting man and there's a bet out there over under how many interceptions or if he'll throw an interception, fucking put your mortgage on it, because Dak Prescott will literally throw at least one interception every fucking game, if not two.
I didn't watch this game. Holy shit, the Cowboys did horrible.
Got clapped. But it also might be one of those things where, I mean, it kind of looks like Dak played the whole game here.
Pitiful.
Fuck, dude. What is going on here with the Cowboys?
Pitiful. That is horrible.
Yeah, look at that. Total yards, 182 total yards. Fucking terrible. Sam Howell, who even is that? Not sure, but...
He's out of North Carolina, I think. Where's Sam Howell out of? Jesus Christ. They did so bad.
All right, we got 4 more games here. Seahawks, Rams.
Fuck this game.
Seahawks, Rams.
Fuck this game. Bro doesn't know Sam Howell. Shut the fuck up. I literally said he's out of North Carolina, right? Dumb it. Dude. You guys, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to commit. Some people are just so fucking dumb. Why do all of you think you have a good opinion? Oh my God. All right. I'm going to do this for every stream. I think this is going to be better. I'm going to turn chat off. Well, it'll be there so you guys will think you have an opinion and you have something to say. But I'm just going to turn it off. I'm not going to look at it. You guys are so fucking
Let's just
dumb.
wom their asses real quick.
Actually, yeah, let's go wommunism.
Let's
I like that even better.
Let me wom them.
You know what I'm going to do? We're going to make it members only. So you have to pay to be stupid. If you want to pay me and be stupid, that's totally okay. But you can't be stupid for free. Think of it like a tax to the government that you have to pay to be as stupid as you are. Think about it like that.
Let me pull it up on here.
Here's what you guys do, okay? You guys don't know shit. So you just sit there and lurk and you don't say anything. And then the moment I say something that you don't like, then you type. And you go MM casual, bro. God, I wish, bro. I'm about to like leak my own address. I'm about to leak my own
This game right here.
Bye wages.
Clapped Lions shots here.
Dude, Rams, Seahawks. The Rams had them too. It was like 16-3. Or no. It's 13-7. It was 13-7 Rams.
Yeah, right here.
And I was like, oh my God. They actually could do it. Or 13-6, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they lost in overtime.
Dude, it just sucks so bad. And we actually talked about this scenario. We're like, what if the Seahawks beat the Rams and then the Lions fucking beat the Packers just to chap the Packers whole
That's
season?
what I was saying. And I tweeted it out. I said the Lions really just kicked the Packers out of the playoffs for no fucking reason. Obviously, yes, it's nice to have a winning season and beat the Packers, but like, we're not doing anything with the win.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, I don't think it really changes anything, whereas the Packers have a chance to go win a Super Bowl if they win that game. But I'll tell you this, if you don't beat the Lions in the regular season to go to the playoffs, then you don't have a chance in the playoffs.
Right. 100%.
But yeah, too bad. I had all my faith in Baker. He didn't come through for me. Jake, welcome to members. Airwick, welcome to members. Zai, welcome to members. I appreciate you guys for paying for your stupidity. Bongwater, love that name. Welcome to members. It's because Quay Walker pushed the trainer. Oh, that didn't lose them the game, although that was pretty stupid of him. Quay Walker's got some temperament issues. I have seen Quay Walker get a lot of.
That was the second time I think he's gotten ejected, right?
I have seen Quay Walker get a lot of penalties that he should not get. Quay Walker's a stud too. He's out of Georgia. He's great in our CFM.
Yeah.
He was a really good draft pick for the Packers.
Is he another like Ndamukong Suh, where he just cannot control his temper and it's just?
I honestly though, in the NFL, like getting ejected sucks and all that, but it really doesn't. Like you can have a temper and be a great NFL player. Yeah. You know, if you get a penalty in a crucial game,
I was gonna say it could cost
and people
your
remember.
Team, though.
Like, yeah, but no one's going to remember this penalty from Quay Walker. It was just an Instagram reel thing. Yeah. Like, it's on Instagram for a day and no one remembers after that. So, I don't know. The fact he pushed a medical staff where he just praised him, like, I don't know. I think you're reaching. I think you're going to pull a hamstring reaching like that. But he was just, Quay Walker, the guy who was on the ground, Quay Walker played with in college, I believe. And he was trying to check in on him and I don't know. What he did was stupid, but let's not blow it out of proportion. He was just pissed and he shoved a guy and he got ejected for it, and that's it. Jake, Oliver, Kyle, thank you for paying for your stupidity. I love you guys, gentlemen. Vaughn has perfect vibes. Let's give him some time, guys. Quay Walker's young. He's got some time. Giants, Eagles. Kenny Galladay finally earning his $72 million.
Yeah.
They paid Kenny Galladay $72 million per touchdown this season. It was Kenny Galladay's first touchdown. Although, that touchdown was sick as fuck. That reminded me of Kenny Galladay on the Lions. I don't know where it's been, but 3BD Papa looking extra smoochable tonight? You're looking extra smoochable tonight. It's Sir Elliam's birthday, so she's got to be smoochable. I should pay you guys for my stupidity? That's my tax dollars. Every time I pay taxes, it's for how fucking dumb I am. So when you guys go collect your food stamps, just know I paid for it. I got you. Your baby daddy's dad. Welcome to members. Bryson, welcome to VIPs. Sal, how realistic is a Steelers-Lions Super Bowl in the next 5 to 10 years? If I had to put odds on it, I'd say 1 in 500. Whereas, I'd say 1 in 500. They see the Quay Walker tunnel cam. Yeah, dude, he was pissed. He was absolutely pissed. You know what? I forgot I set my membership as auto payment, so I've been paying for a membership without realizing. Dude, take it off, bro. I don't want you paying for something you don't want. I'm happy to have you, though, Helly. You're a stud. Brock Purdy, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Also, Bosa. Bosa could win Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think Brock Purdy wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. He didn't do anything for the first half of the season. So I don't think he can get it. The Eagles almost lost to Davis Webb.
Yeah, what's up with the that's who you have for CFM, right?
Who?
The Giants court. I can't think of his name.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah,
baby. They just sat him.
Okay.
They just.
Oh yeah, I remember they sat like their whole starting lineup, and actually they almost beat the Eagles.
It's the last week. I don't want to take anything into account. This doesn't make me feel worse about the Eagles. Like it doesn't make me think the Eagles aren't going to make it through the playoffs. Does Seattle take a QB or do you stick with Geno? That's a really good question. I actually don't know. A lot of people think Seattle might take a quarterback, but I don't know. It's hard to watch Geno play that well and think you're not going to stick with Geno. Bears, scary if Fields gets an O-line and a true wide receiver 1. I like the Bears a lot. I think they're in the process of a rebuild. I don't think next year is their year, though. I think they need 2 years for that rebuild. You're rooting so bad for the Lions to make the playoffs. They're my dark horse team to make the... Dude, it would have been so sick. It would have been so sick. Stick with Geno. I'm really giving all the money I got for this stupidity. There you go, Jonah. I love it. That's what I love to see. Love you, Papa. Who do you want the Lions to draft? God, that's such a good question. Because we're 6. Our Rams pick is a 6th pick. I don't even know if there's a quarterback. I don't think we take a quarterback anymore because we got Jared Goff. I don't know. So
I don't even know who goes in that deep.
I think we probably take a defensive player. I think we probably take a DB. I just don't know. I don't know the draft well enough. I know the top 5 players, but none of them are what we need. Listen, if Will Anderson, I think we take one of 2 things. We take a corner or we take another edge rusher to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how good the edge rushers are that deep. Because I know Jalen Carter and Will Anderson will be gone. So
right.
Bryce Young will be gone. CJ Stroud will be gone. Will Anderson's gone. Jalen Carter's gone. I don't know who else goes in there. Maybe Peter Skoronski, that offensive lineman from Northwestern. Maybe. Yeah, what about Keely Ringo? There's a DB. I just don't know. I don't know who goes. I say get a tight end. We will get a tight end. We're not going to use a first-round draft pick on a tight end. Not again. Every time we've used a first on a tight end, we've literally ended up trading them for dirt cheap or they just sucked ass. Brandon Pettigrew, Eric Ebron, Hawkinson. We used that first-round 9th pick on Hawkinson, and then we just traded him for a 2nd round to the Vikings. Fucking bag of chips, dude. We didn't do anything with him. He's a beast. Bingo. We got James Mitchell, the guy I announced. There you go. I think we'd probably use a 2nd rounder on an elite tight end, and our 2 first-rounders will be defensive players. Have I seen the draft order? I only know that we're 6th. I don't know where our other pick is. Probably somewhere in the middle.
Last 2 games here. Let's wrap up the picks.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, all good.
I'm talking too much here.
I love it. Let's just wrap these up and then we can do that.
Broncos making a little late season push. Nathaniel Hackett's out. I will say, ever since Nathaniel Hackett's out, Broncos have looked a lot better.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, dude. What has he been gone in the last 2 games?
3
games?
Last 3 games.
Okay.
And they've looked a lot better. I mean, they put up a really
points.
good fight against the Chiefs. They beat the Chargers here. It is just week 18 and week 1 are the same in my brain for evaluating talent in the sense that it doesn't mean anything. Week 1, everyone overreacts like crazy.
Yeah.
Week 18, it's so hard to tell how much these teams actually give a fuck.
Right.
If you clinch the playoff, sitting starters. So I'm not going to say too much, but I think the Broncos are they're not rock bottom, but they're near the bottom. So I think the next season can only go up.
Right.
I think they will have a better season next year. It's not really crazy call. And then our amazing Lions-Packers game. Dan Campbell getting praised for his massive balls. The Lions end the season with a winning record. We don't make the playoffs, but holy shit, we got a whole lot of momentum.
When was the last time we won this or ended the season with a winning record?
2016.
2016.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
Damn. But
I
mean, like you said, it really doesn't matter that the Lions beat the Packers, but also, like you just said, I think it kind of does matter just for the morale of the team, the fans. Next year is going to it's looking up. I mean, also it does put some weight on the Lions though. We're going to be expecting a lot. You know, if we have a losing season next year, the amount of people that are going to be so livid.
That'll be literally depressing. But yeah, I mean, this is so awesome for the Lions fan base right now. The culture is shifted. We're on the Dan Campbell bandwagon. We beat the Packers to close out the season. We won 6 out of the last 7 games to close out the season.
Fucked them, dude.
Played some great football. We've got some studs who are going to continue to develop. We have a lot of that's what's amazing about our team. We have so many young, good players. Yes. We have 2 more first-round draft picks this season. We've got Aiden Hutchinson developing. Jeff Okudah has found his stride.
Jamal Williams is nasty.
Yeah, Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift.
Such a good duo.
Penei Sewell up front on the line.
Jared Goff looking amazing.
Jared Goff looks great. Jared Goff's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
We were saying we need to get a quarterback, and now it's like we don't want to get a quarterback.
Absolutely.
We need to get some defensive players.
I mean, I'm going to say it every time we talk about the Lions. I've been filling out my Jared Goff apology form for the last fucking 7 weeks. Jared Goff has looked great. Everything I said about him, I've been completely wrong. I look like an asshat, and I will just take and eat that L because I am fully riding with Jared Goff. He's looked awesome. And I'm sad that I ever doubted him. I'm sad I never believed in him, but I do now. And I hope he accepts my apology. You know,
this ties in perfectly with our next little clip here. Will Aaron Rodgers retire? Will Aaron Rodgers stay with the Packers? Will Aaron Rodgers find a new team, pull a Tom Brady, go to a team like the 49ers, and go for a Super Bowl with a stacked-ass team? If I'm Aaron Rodgers, you have the Packers played a pretty poor season. I mean, I guess barely missed the playoffs. But for Aaron Rodgers' sake, pretty poor season, let's say.
I agree.
Lost your best wide receiver, your star wide receiver, Devontae Adams. They seem to draft like shit for Aaron Rodgers. They never have like a star player, you know? Like they don't have a star receiver. They don't have a star running back, whatever. For Aaron Rodgers to use, no tight end. Looking at, say, the 49ers, they got Christian McCaffrey over there. They got Debo. You got Ayuk. That's pretty intriguing. Maybe
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let's pretend, and I think Aaron Rodgers wants to retire.
Yes.
Let's pretend Aaron Rodgers wants to go to the Niners. The Niners don't want Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
The Niners paid Jimmy G for his 1 year, and he's gone. The Niners have a young stud that they used a high first-round draft pick on in Trey Lance, and Brock Purdy is fucking nasty, or has been. Who knows if he's on like a Cinderella story thing right now or if he's actually really, really good.
Yeah.
But why would I pay Aaron Rodgers crazy money when this team is crazy good with Brock Purdy?
With Brock Purdy, yeah.
I keep developing Brock Purdy. I mean, and the thing about Aaron Rodgers, a team that wants Aaron Rodgers is a team who wants to YOLO a 1-year Super Bowl right now.
Right.
Kind of like think of the Rams when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They literally just added all of these. They're playing chess. They just added all these pieces and just YOLO'd for the win and traded a bunch of stuff. Maybe there's a team that Aaron Rodgers fits into well, but I think the bigger thing is Aaron Rodgers is over it. He's unbelievably over it. He's played so much with the Packers. I think at the end of his career, they did do a poor job of building around him because he's so good and they didn't get him the weapons he needed. Despite that, he didn't play very well this season. You know, Aaron Rodgers played a lot of football. He's got a Super Bowl ring. I think he's retiring.
Do you think him losing to the Lions made it an easier decision to leave, or made it harder because he's like, fuck, we just lost the Lions. I want that back.
I think it's easier. I don't see Aaron Rodgers as a... I can't really comment on this, but I just can't see him giving a fuck anymore. Yeah. He's got the Super Bowl ring. He does seem
just like super laid back. And like,
yeah, he's older.
Whereas you have Tom Brady, which is like a fucking menace, and just all he wants is football and just fucking kill people.
Yeah, he wants to go win, dude.
Yes, dude.
He wants to go win.
Did you see this clip? I think really, I mean, it was kind of up in the air what Aaron Rodgers' thoughts were on what's going to happen.
Play it, though, because I know exactly what you're talking about.
This clip right here, there's a few. This one is like him just kind of looking around at the field, but this clip right here, I'm stuck. You could barely hear him.
So Jameson Williams asked Aaron Rodgers for his jersey. Yep. Aaron says, I'm going to hold on to this one. And then you hear Jameson Williams go, bro, you told me.
Yeah, so they must have talked about it before the game.
So, yo, can I please get your jersey after the game? And he said, yeah. Yes, the speculation is that Aaron Rodgers would really like the jersey of the last game he'll ever play in.
Yeah.
But that could also be the last game he'll ever play in as a Packer.
Right, exactly.
So I see that. I think most likely he's retiring. Yeah. I don't know what the gambling sites say, but...
Right here, I got him for you, baby. Oh, my God. I got him for you.
Projected Aaron Rodgers team odds. Retirement. Wow. So right now, if you were to gamble on this, Aaron Rodgers is more likely to be a Las Vegas Raider than he is to retire.
Yeah.
According to the gambling sites. Number one team that he'd come back to is the Packers, which are only at a 33% chance, which is crazy. You have a better odds with the coin toss. The Niners are second. Wow.
Yeah. That's why I keep bringing up the Niners.
I don't have the Niners even on my radar for Aaron Rodgers. I can't see the Niners organization. You got so many people to pay. Aaron Rodgers is going to want a bag.
Yeah.
I don't see Aaron Rodgers going there.
Then you got the Raiders.
I would be balls deep on Brock Purdy. Yeah. I'd let Jimmy G walk. I'd be balls deep on Brock Purdy, and I'd let Trey Lance and Brock Purdy duke it out. Because you have 2 young stud quarterbacks. So many teams would die for 2 young stud quarterbacks, bro. The Indianapolis Colts are starving.
Then you got the Raiders, because Derek Carr's situation is up in the air. No one knows what's happening there.
Yeah, they need a good old... they're rock bottom right now,
And I guess you have
too.
the Titans. Who knows? And you have the Jets. You got Zach Wilson just being a menace still. Got the Seahawks, Colts. Also, I saw somewhere in chat here, Commanders is an underrated landing spot for a veteran.
Yeah, so if you bet the field, that's where you'd go.
Yeah.
Commanders. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. Actually, I think a good veteran quarterback would go there. What's Carson Wentz's deal looking like with the Commanders, though?
Yeah, I'm not sure. So seeing these odds, do you still think he's retiring?
Yes.
I mean, this doesn't really mean anything. It's all up to Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, Vegas knows damn well. Yes, if I was betting, I would bet $5 on Aaron Rodgers' retirement, and I walk out with a clean $30, and I fill my gas tank.
I want to hear this. I actually did not listen to this. I want to hear.
So this is Aaron Rodgers explaining why he didn't exchange jerseys with J-Mo.
Aaron, cameras caught you. I guess not. Jameson Williams asked for your jersey. You wanted to keep it. Was that he needs to earn it more, or you wanted to keep it just in case?
I think I might have told him I'd give him a jersey when we played in Detroit, so I'll probably have to send him a jersey. But there's just some special ones that I like to keep.
What a fucker.
And
He's
so
just stirring the pot.
He always does, bro. You ever hear him on Pat McAfee show? He always is stirring the pot,
He's just saying some shit,
He
dude.
always goes around.
There's some special. What's special about losing?
Yeah, losing by your rival to make it to the playoffs. That ain't
This
special. What are
motherfucker.
you gonna fucking frame that and put it in your bedroom and say
Game I lost.
Game lost jersey.
Lions
didn't,
20. Packers
didn't make it
16.
to the playoffs. Got sacked by a rookie, Aiden Hutch, like 4 times.
Crazy. He's such a fucker.
Yeah, I kind of want to keep this one.
Why? What was special about this one, Aaron?
Well, I mean, it's night game, Lambeau, week 18.
Dude, they literally asked the questions that we were thinking.
Such a fucker, dude.
I want to hear that again.
He goes, night game Lambo. Yeah, I'm sure you keep all your
Yeah, I
night
kinda wanna
game
keep this
Lambo
one.
jerseys.
Why? What was special about this one, Aaron?
Well, I mean, it's night game, Lambeau, week 18. There's just certain jerseys you like holding on to, like, playing Chicago or, big Sunday night games. They're just a little bit different, I guess. Maybe giving, it's not keeping it. It's more like it's a cool one to give somebody you really care about.
Aaron,
That's a good way to end it, I suppose.
such a
But
fucker,
gosh,
dude.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, night game and Lambo. I bet you had all your night game and Lambo
all of them.
jerseys just framed.
Just over in the corner of the closet.
That's so funny. Meags, your thoughts on Tom Brady to the Finns and Aaron Rodgers to the Bucks? Literally 0% chance. Tom Brady to the Dolphins? 0% chance. Rodgers to the Bucks? Also 0% chance. What do you think the Dolphins are going to do with Tua if Tom Brady goes to the Dolphins? I can see him retiring. If not, however, you're putting that membership money to good use. You're really paying for your stupidity. Completely hypothetical. The Colts trade their first-round pick, a stack of players, and the Niners give up Trey Lance, who has proven himself as a high-caliber player. The Niners stick with Jimmy. I don't think anybody would trade that much for Trey Lance because Trey Lance is unproven. Trey Lance had played literally one game?
Yeah, what?
I think. Did he? I think he played one game. Are we playing our game today on CFM? Most likely not. I know it's El's birthday, so no.
Yeah.
When we get out of here, I'm going to be out of here. Short 1 year for Brady. No, dude. I'm not there. Is Drake May going to be a stud in the NFL? I don't know enough about him. I need to sit down and do my research on college players before I give you guys my opinion on them. Mr. Anderson, welcome to members, baby. Glad to have you. Marco, Rodgers to the Dolphins. Jake, first, Lovie Papa, second. I've been a Buffalo and Detroit fan all my life. I'm so glad to see them both be playoff caliber teams. Yeah, that shit is lit, though. Also, remember when all you guys were telling me where Odell Beckham Jr. was going to go? Do you remember all of you saying that? And I was like, see, this is what sucks. Not that it sucks. I love my job and I love all of you, okay? But what sucks about streaming is nobody ever remembers when you're right. Nobody cares when you're right. Nobody says anything when you're right. They just wait for you to be wrong. And then they remember that you're wrong and they come back and they chat about how wrong and how much of a casual you are. Remember when I said Odell is signing nowhere because Odell doesn't give that much of a fuck and Odell wants to live with his wife and kid and doesn't want to play football? And everyone's like, Odell to the Cowboys, Odell to the Vikings, dude. Odell to the Bills, bro. No, didn't you see, bro? Odell was with Von Miller. Odell's sitting at home on the couch, hanging out with his super hot wife and his kid, not giving a flying fuck about padding up and playing football. Just so we're clear. Okay. Everybody remember that now? Okay. He visited teams as a PR stunt. Or maybe he lightly entertained the option, but when he really thought about it, he didn't want to do it. And I wouldn't either, dude. He's a stud. I wouldn't be fucking foobing around. Sorry for talking. I don't get what we're doing. Guys, I'm just fucking around. Don't take it. Hollow, I'm so sorry. I think I might have. Hollow, are you being serious? Because I'm just kidding, man. I was just goofing. I'm just trying to defend myself, man. I'm up here getting my ass whooped. He failed his physical with the teams, I'm pretty sure. What do you think that means? Like, do you think like he failed a drug test? Or like his injury was so bad that they didn't want him to do it? What do you think the Browns, the Cleveland next years, oh boy, need to do to be a winning team? You need Deshaun Watson to figure it out, I would say. I don't think Deshaun Watson, not that he's not figuring out intentionally, but Deshaun Watson's had a lot of time off of football, and the NFL is like the highest level of football. But there's no doubt that Deshaun Watson is still a really, really good player. Deshaun Watson did not forget how to play football. Deshaun Watson was still a god. And he was incredible on the Texans. He needs some time to get adjusted to the Cleveland Browns team. If you really think about the Cleveland Browns, when's the last time the Cleveland Browns had like a franchise quarterback, a quarterback that they relied on to win them games? It's a quarterback league, baby. There are very few teams who win Super Bowls without a very good quarterback. When's the last time they had a franchise? No, Baker's not their franchise QB. You can't say Baker. They got rid of Baker because he wasn't their franchise QB. Baker Mayfield may have had... I liked Baker Mayfield, and I don't think he had a bad... his second year wasn't a bad year. It's just he clearly wasn't their franchise guy. You know what I mean? Joe Flacco is one of the few examples of a bad quarterback winning a Super Bowl. But guess what? Joe Flacco in that playoff run was a god. Joe Flacco was amazing. They also had an amazing defense, but Joe Flacco played amazing. And Nick Foles played amazing. Nick Foles was just super. Dude, he was so good, though. You know what I mean? I know Nick Foles wasn't like their guy that year, but Nick Foles played like he was their guy. Nick Foles was nasty that year. Trent Dilfer in 2000. You get my point, though. Think of the teams that are consistently the best teams. Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, generational QB talent. Josh Allen's Buffalo Bills, generational QB talent. Justin Herbert, I think, is an excellent QB talent. Not generational, but he's excellent. Chargers are going to the playoffs. Look at the playoff teams. I mean, let's just look at the playoffs right now. And let's look at their quarterbacks. Not all of them are going to have. I think one of the only top 10 quarterbacks in the league who didn't make the playoffs is Aaron Rodgers. Actually,
yeah.
I mean, Jared Goff the past 6 weeks looks like a top 10 QB for sure. But also the first half of the season he wasn't that good. Also, Jared Goff really struggles in away games. But Seahawks, Geno Smith, you put Geno Smith in top 10, maybe. So that's questionable. Brock Purdy, okay, it's too early to say, but he literally has the best QBR out of all quarterbacks since he started. He has the best QB rating. So Trevor Lawrence is amazing. Justin Herbert is amazing. Tua, I don't know if they're going to suit up Tua, but Tua is amazing. Josh Allen is a god. Daniel Jones has looked really good. That's what I'm questionable on. Kirk Cousins has looked incredible. Not as high on him. Ravens would be Lamar Jackson if he plays. Bengals is Joe Burrow. Duh. Buccaneers the best quarterback of all time. And okay, Dak made it. Dak kind of fucking sucks right now. All right, I'll give it that. I'll give it that. Either way, let's get Brock Purdy is the next Tom Brady. Everybody wants a next Tom Brady. I don't know if it's gonna happen, you guys. That shit was an anomaly. Dude, Tua is good. All right, come on. For 6 first-time starters in the playoffs this year, that's crazy. That's so cool. Tua is amazing, bro.
Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this.
All right, Zach Wilson. He's either mauling really hard or he's just really bad with his words because he's been saying some questionable shit.
Who does he think he is?
Let's not read into it. I wanted to play this, and I'm gonna side with Zach Wilson.
Okay.
I'm gonna say what I think he's trying to say,
Okay.
and a time will tell.
You said you're a
Oh, this is really quiet on this video.
I know.
If they come to you in March,
Turn it up even more.
Jesus.
Kind of scared it's gonna be really loud.
say, look, you said you're a competitor. So if they come to you in March and say, look, we're going to keep you, we like you, we're going to develop you, but we're signing veteran X to be our starter, how would you feel?
Yeah, I'm gonna make that dude's life hell in practice every day. You know, I'm gonna go out there and do my best to just show the coaches that I deserve to be there, and you know, and it's not in a negative way, it's a positive way. It's making everybody else better, hopefully, and you go out there and you just attack every.
I don't know. Listen,
Okay,
listen.
okay.
I'll tell you this. If you have the reading comprehension of an actual 8-year-old and you legitimately look at the titles of articles and take them word for word
Yeah.
and then make your assumption, this looks really bad. Because me and Chase this morning, we just got off a flight and we were taking an Uber back. We saw this caption everywhere and all these Jets fans freaking out and everybody
Yep.
like getting fucking pissed at Zach Wilson. I'm going to make that dude's life hell in practice every day. If Zach Wilson, if the Jets sign a veteran quarterback, he's not saying that. They're just getting that clickbait.
Yeah, he was
They're
like
in the clicks business.
They got my ass. Because
Yeah, no, they got my ass too.
When I first heard it, I'm like, this motherfucker. Like, what is he doing?
Mhm.
He's not like a Tom Brady that can pretty much say whatever the fuck he wants because he's
Right.
the best. He has been dog water.
He has been dog water.
Any veteran quarterback obviously would take his spot in a heartbeat. But yeah, like actually watching that and not just reading the headline,
Mhm.
you really understand that he's kind of joking around and he's like actually saying like, yeah, I'm going to compete. I'm not going to just let some dude come in and take my job. You know, how would you feel?
Right.
Say if you're working you're the best cook at your restaurant and then some random dude comes in and takes your job. You're not going to just like lay back and just be like, oh, cool. What's up, buddy? You're going to
That's
like
what I do.
work your
I
ass
just lay
off.
on the floor and just beat my meat while he fucking steals my job and my bitch. I call my girlfriend up so he can take her. Too. I make it easy. I make it all easy for him. Dude, it's actually funny. I took a college class. They did this exact same thing.
Mhm.
And it was funny. Well, different story, but I'm in a college class and they gave us 5 articles.
Yeah.
They said, just write a 1-paragraph article on one of these 5 articles. We don't give a fuck which. And everybody in the class is like, wow, this class is going to be a breeze. These professors don't give a fuck. They literally just threw 5 links at us and just walked away.
Yeah.
Like that was the first class. That was
Right.
syllabus. That was the day after syllabus day. So a lot of us, myself included, wrote a fucking jack off article.
Mhm.
Like I probably dicked around the first 45 minutes of class and then I clicked on one of the links and like skimmed through it and just wrote some bullshit and I turned it in and I got a 0 on it. And half the class got a 0 on it. And the whole point of their little demonstration, I was pissed about it, but in reality, it was a good demonstration, was if you just read the title of the article, you're not going to get the whole spiel because in all 5 of the articles,
Yeah.
right in the middle, there was like 3 sentences and it said, by the way, if you want to get 100% on this assignment, do not write anything. Just turn in a blank submission and say, I read through the entire, some stupid shit like that. So half the class who actually read the articles got a 10 out of 10 and all the dickoffs like me got a 0 out of 10, right? Well, then fast forward like 2 years later, I'm taking another class and they did the exact same thing.
Did
Like
you
they
catch it?
recycled it out, and I aced it that
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
but not because I was actually reading the article, but
Right.
because I knew
You
the gig they
remembered,
were
yeah.
pulling on me. Because it was so abrupt. They walk in the class like, "Hey, we don't take this class very seriously. Here's 5 links. Do your thing, and I'm gonna be in the other room." And then I was like, guys, look, everybody, get 100% on this.
Okay.
Either way,
I like that.
small analogy for this. I think Zach Wilson's just in that part of his career where he's really struggling, and like people know they can get clicks off of his name.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially because of what happened.
Yes,
When he said that he doesn't apologize to the defense.
he takes
or
no
something.
blame.
But now
and
that
all
I think about it, I didn't watch that whole interview on not taking the blame. Right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if I watched that whole interview, would I have a different perspective on it?
maybe like the whole thing. Yeah, we just saw like the cut down, the social media version of it, where it's just like him shitting on the question they
Right.
asked. But yeah, what do you see? Do you see him? I don't see him being. It's so hard to tell. Like, is he going to be
his future right
Yeah,
now?
like, what's
I mean,
happening with
it's
him?
really tough. It's really tough.
Yeah, I don't.
It's really tough. But what are the Jets going to do? I mean, do you sign a veteran quarterback for next year?
Right.
Or do you keep trying to develop one of these guys?
Yeah, I don't even know who would be up in the air for a veteran quarterback though. Like, are
Jimmy
you talking like
G.
Jimmy G? Yeah.
Jimmy G is a free agent.
Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head who else is a free agent though.
Right.
Is Matt Ryan? Or did they sign him to a multi-year deal?
Do you take Matt Ryan?
I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you even take him if there's a chance.
Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Ooh, Derek Carr. Yeah, Derek Carr. Forget about that. Yeah. Huh. We'll have to see.
We shall.
Let's go into these right here, and then we will jump into this little thing that I almost forgot.
Oh yeah, no worries.
But it's literally just this.
Yeah, just pull up that and I'll get
But
it.
we'll do this first. We'll do this first, and we can tie in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I would need like a perfect playoff prediction to not have to do a presentation, wouldn't I?
Yes. Yeah. So we were like traveling, and I didn't know. I was like, yo, Jacob, because I usually tally them up. I'm like, bro, can you tally these up for me? We're going to this game. And I get the graphic back, and I am up 5.
Tough. I'd need a perfect playoff. I would have to perfectly predict the playoffs.
Boys, so we got here. I'm on the left. Meags is on the right. Here is the first round of the playoffs, I guess, or like the wild card division. The teams that are like the more bright colors is who we have winning. And then at the very top here, we have the Chiefs and the Eagles. Obviously, both have byes. So, first game, we both... Oh, no, we don't, actually. I have the Chargers.
I got the Jaguars.
You have the Jags.
I legitimately see the Jaguars going... I don't see them going deep. I legitimately see the Jaguars winning here.
Yeah, so we were talking about it a little bit earlier. It is -1 Chargers. Do you think, like, at some point... Like, they think it's like they don't even know. They just kind of got to pick a team. Because it's like you can't
Vegas?
do like, you can't like make it even, right? You can't do like -0, like each, like, or like +1.
Oh, a spread? You
Yeah.
can do +half.
Like for both? Like you can't have like a tie, I suppose.
You could have +half and -1/2.
Okay, yeah. I'm saying like this game is like so up in the air that.
Are you speaking like from Vegas's perspective?
Yes. Like, I don't know. Like I'm saying like you can't have like a minus or like a 0-0 is all I'm saying. Like you can't.
Impossible,
Yes,
correct.
okay.
Because there's no way to score the bet.
Right,
Because
right.
it-
Exactly. Okay,
yes.
yes.
Correct.
Okay.
No, you'll have the lowest. If a game is like a perfectly even 50-50, -0.5 plus
Okay,
0.5.
so it can get lower
which
than
just means
-1.
a one,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
win by 1.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a spicy game. I don't know. I can see it going both ways. Honestly, I don't know.
Here's the thing
I
about
really
the
don't know what to
Chargers right
expect.
now. On paper, I like the Chargers as a better team, but they're fucking banged up, bro. In that Week 18 game, they got like massive amounts of injuries. I don't think Mike Williams is playing.
Yeah,
I'm almost 100% sure Mike Williams is not
Mhm.
playing.
I'm not
so-
sure. Yeah.
And right now, I just really love Trevor Lawrence. I love what the Jaguars are building. Whoever wins here takes on the Chiefs,
Yep.
unless the Bills were to beat, or the Dolphins beat the Bills, or the Ravens beat the Bengals. I think the Jaguars move on, but then they lose to the Chiefs. I don't see them getting past the
Yeah, yeah,
Chiefs. Bengals beat the Ravens. The Bengals don't beat the Ravens. Well, that's to me is the most guaranteed game.
I was
in
gonna
the
say that's
playoffs.
almost a lock, especially if Lamar isn't playing. But if he is, I still
If
think
Lamar
it's,
is playing, I could actually see the Ravens winning, but even then, I still see the Bengals winning.
Yeah.
This is the freest game of the playoffs to me. Bills Dolphins probably next most free, but both of those teams are in the position where it's like if our starting quarterback plays, it's our only shot to go deep in the playoffs.
True.
But if the Dolphins are going to strut fucking Skylar Thompson out there, you're going to get waxed by the Bills. So whatever. I mean, we'll see. It would be really, really cool though if it does play out exactly how my bracket is here, and same with yours, because it's going to be Bengals Bills.
yeah,
That'd be an
nasty.
awesome
That'd
game.
be nasty.
That would be
Yeah.
so cool. I would love to see Bengals Bills. Jaguars Chiefs, I think, would be a little bit less exciting. And it's kind of looking like no matter how this pans out, the Chiefs have a bit of a cakewalk to the AFC Championship game, whereas I think on the NFC side, it probably won't be that easy. Nothing is a cakewalk in the NFL, but if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs and I get a bye and then I play the Jaguars, I'm pretty fucking and so are the Dolphins with Tua, but I don't know. I guess they say they're going to bring out Tua, but we're going to see. And then next up, this is where we have two different teams here in the playoffs. Everything else is the same. You've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the Dallas Cowboys. I've got the Dallas Cowboys beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I think the Buccaneers, Tom Brady, they've been iffy all season. I'm just hoping, or I'm thinking, Tom Brady just comes into playoff form, and he's been there so many times. He knows what he's doing, and the Cowboys just got, who did they just lose to?
The Commanders.
The Commanders just got walked over. Yeah, and it looked like, I mean, I didn't see that game, but it looked like the Cowboys played their starters. But like you said, it's so hard to see or decipher what these teams are doing in week 18 when some of these games don't really matter.
I mean, if you're really Galaxy brain, like, you might have thrown that game a little bit to make it look like you're shit.
Yeah.
And then you come in and you smack the Buccaneers. Do you know what the line is on that? I think it's -2.5 Cowboys, -3 Cowboys.
Let me look here. Yeah, -2.5 Cowboys, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so Cowboys are favored by Vegas by a field goal. Last person I want to play in the playoffs is probably Tom Brady. So that's a very deceptive 4 seed. Although the fact that the 8 and fucking 9 Buccaneers are a 4 seed is just so stupid to me, but whatever. Like, the 8 and 9 Buccaneers are 1 seed below the 13 and 3 14 and 3 Vikings, 13 and 4 Vikings. Either way, they've got 5 or 6 more wins than them, and they're 1 seed off. That's just crazy. The Cinderella story over here, there actually could be a lot, but I think the Giants beating the Vikings
I could see that.
would be so cool. I don't think Vegas has it very realistic, though.
-3 Vikings is what it is.
That's fucking crazy, though. -3?
-3 Vikings.
The Cowboys have the same odds to beat the Buccaneers as the Vikings have to beat the Giants. They really like the Giants here.
I guess so, yeah. Damn.
Well, we'll put it like this. The Niners with Brock Purdy are -10 on the Seahawks. So according to Vegas, the most free game out of all these games is the Niners beating the Seahawks.
Yeah.
That one is most obviously in favor of the Niners. I'm surprised Vikings are only -3. I think an awesome place where I could lose here is if the Giants move on. If I was going to use a switch, I'd switch to the Giants beating the Vikings, but I'm not going to use a switch here because I really like my bracket. I strongly believe this is how the playoffs will look in the divisional round.
Then we got 49ers beating the Hawks.
Yeah, I honestly kind of liked the Hawks here until I saw Vegas's line, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that line is, what was that? The line is -9.5. 49ers.
That just scares the hell out of me.
Yeah.
It's so hard to bet on the Seahawks thinking like that.
That's so true, yeah.
You need a Geno masterclass right now. Got 0 upsets, though. Is Jaguars over the Chargers not an upset? Isn't it -1 Chargers?
Jaguars over the Chargers is an upset, yeah.
It's the most minor of upsets, Crib. Yeah. It's like the most minor of upsets, but it is an upset. If I was going to pick an upset, I'm picking the Giants to beat the Vikings.
Yeah.
That would be my upset.
I think that's what I would do as well, yes.
And then your upset is the Buccaneers beat the Cowboys.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Cowboys first-round exit. Cowboys have been a first-round exit team for a long time now.
That one's close, too, so yeah.
What would be funny, though, well, actually, what's a good case scenario for the NFL scriptwriters? The Eagles got smacked around by the Buccaneers in the first round of playoffs last year. So if the Buccaneers do move on, then the Eagles would play the Buccaneers. And then Jalen Hurts would get his redemption against the Buccaneers, and Jalen Hurts could whoop their ass. So that's a good one for the scriptwriters, but I think it's going to be Eagles-Cowboys.
Yeah.
We'll see. I see a KC versus Niners rematch. I mean, it's probably one of the more likely Super Bowls. I think the most likely Super Bowl right now is... What does the odds say is the most likely Super Bowl? Do they say it's KC Eagles or KC Niners?
Let me pull that up.
Might even be Bills.
I believe I might have had that. Did I have that? Yeah, right here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the most likely Super Bowl 57 winners. This is if you're going to gamble money. Don't gamble money unless you're willing to lose it and you're gambling a responsible amount, okay? I tell you right now, I love sports gambling. We're actually starting up next month with a brand new, super awesome full year, huge deal with a gambling company. It is not the ones you've seen me work with before. It's a brand new one, and I'm super excited about it. And one of the big things I talked to them about when I agreed to do the deal, because this is a long deal, it's like a whole year long big deal, was, hey, I want to be able to talk about gambling and I want to be able to do it, but I want to be able to talk about being responsible with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And DraftKings and FanDuel and everybody else that we've worked with are great partners, but, you know, obviously they're in the gambling business. No one wants me to sit here and say, don't gamble if we're in the gambling business. But I said, look, if you can let me say how to responsibly gamble and still talk about it, then let's do it. I'd love to do that. But all I'm going to say is gamble responsibly. It can be fun. Set a budget. If you go past your budget, you've got a problem. It's that simple, okay? If your budget is $100 a month, and you hit 100 and you want to go gamble again, so you start taking out more money, what the fuck was the point of the budget? Why'd you set the budget? If there are no consequences for crossing boundaries, then what is the point of the boundary in the first place? So set a limit. Every time we talk about gambling, I think that. But on that trend, the number one best odds to win the Super Bowl is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
2 is the Bills. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. So the most likely, so the most likely Super Bowl is Chiefs-Eagles. According to this, or Chiefs, Eagles, and Chiefs, Niners are the same odds. The Vikings, that's so crazy to me. That's fucking crazy to me. So, according to this, the Buccaneers have a better chance of winning the Super Bowl than the Minnesota Vikings.
That's insane.
Vegas believes that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have better odds to win the Super Bowl than the Vikings. That the Chargers, the Cowboys, everybody else I can see, but Cowboys, Chargers, Buccaneers, really?
Yeah, the Chargers even? That's wild. And then down here, it shows the AFC Championship. Obviously, it's going to show the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And then NFC right here. Eagles, 49ers, Cowboys.
You guys are going to be so pissed when you see my bracket. You see my full bracket. All right, yep, that's it for our playoff picks. That moves us into, so me and Chase, we're making our playoff picks. But we said, the thing about our picks is we have to wait to see who wins or loses first before we really make a bracket. So what we went ahead and did is we made an entire playoff prediction. So this is mine and Chase's entire playoffs predicted before a single game has been played. I already know I'm going to get fucking major heat for this, but I'm super excited about it.
This looks clean. This looks clean. Dude.
So it might be a little bit confusing to see what's going on here, but right down the middle is kind of like the divider. The left side is Chase's bracket and the right side is my bracket. So let's just start from the top. Chase, what would you say is the most ridiculous thing on your bracket? What are people going to be most upset about?
Most ridiculous thing on my bracket?
Yeah. Do you have anything that people are going to be upset about? Yes, no, maybe?
I don't know. I think it's a pretty solid bracket. Maybe people are not going to like me going with the Bucks over the Cowboys.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I think your bracket looks pretty. Your bracket looks pretty money line.
Solid. I think if one thing I may change is maybe the Chiefs beating the Bills.
No, fuck no. They're not doing it twice, bro.
The
Bills
only
are winning
thing
it this time.
is I just love the Bills. I think they're out for it this year. I think with the whole situation with Hamlin, I think they just are playing for a lot more than just going to the bowl. They lost to the Chiefs. That's already fuel to the fire. And then that whole situation. So they're just playing for a lot this year. I love the Bills odds. I think the biggest thing that I see on this bracket is you riding the Cowboys all the way into the Super Bowl.
You're going to be riding with me when they make it to the bowl, baby.
Oh my gosh, the Cowboys, bro.
You're going to be right. Oh, wait, no, this is wrong.
What?
Because I have the Niners beating the Cowboys in the bowl.
You have the Niners? I thought you have the Bills.
I have the Niners beating the Cowboys in the NFC Championship and a Niners-Bills Super Bowl.
Niners-Bills Super Bowl?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Maybe.
No, fuck it.
Maybe.
I'm riding the Cowboys into the Super Bowl. Fuck it. No, I'm riding the Cowboys into the Super Bowl, baby. Woo!
So you were saying initially you had the Niners and the Bills Super Bowl?
So I think when I typed it up, I did have the Niners beating the Cowboys and the Niners going to the Super Bowl, but I'm actually going to stick with what I've got right here.
Okay.
All right, so let's just say on the left side of the bracket, Bengals win, Bills win, Chiefs win, Jaguars win. Chiefs beat the Jags, Bills beat the Bengals. Chiefs and Bills go at it, and the Bills beat the Chiefs. Bills head to the Super Bowl, where the Niners made it all the way to the NFC Championship, where they take on the Dallas Cowboys, baby. Cowboys beat the Buccaneers. Cowboys whoop the Eagles. It's not even a close game. And then the Cowboys smack the Niners, take it to the bowl. I had to make that up because that's not actually how I predicted it. But
Well, we could switch it. We could switch it and go over it.
if I was going to really switch it, though, I'd fuck around and have the Giants beat the Vikings. And then I'd have the Niners beat the Giants. And then I'd have the Eagles beat the Niners. And then I'd have an Eagles-Bills Super Bowl that the Bills win. That's how I'd switch it.
You're really
up.
saucing it up. Then.
Yeah, I got really spooky right there for a second.
Boy, so we
I got really
obviously
spooky
have
there.
these two different brackets here. So this one, we're obviously going to fill in as it goes. This one, we are leaving, but it'll just track kind of how we did before all these games.
Yeah,
went
we
down.
just want to look.
Yeah.
We just want to like look at the end of the playoffs and say like, you know, because our whole balls can be busted if like the Giants win, the Seahawks win, the Dolphins win, the Ravens win, because we have all those games the same.
Yeah.
I think most realistically though, the final four is KC, Bills, Eagles, Niners. I mean, that's the 1 and the 2 seeds. So yeah, I'm a little bitch, but whatever. And I do see
that's what I did. So
I do see that. I do see the Eagles going to the bowl with the Bills and the Bills winning. And no matter what, I have the Bills winning the Super Bowl though.
yeah, we both had the Bills winning the Super Bowl. I think that'd be absolutely amazing to see. I'd love to see that.
It would be lit. I'm worried that because I want it so bad and that
I
like
know.
everybody wants it so bad that it's just pretty
If the
unlikely.
Bills don't win it, who will? Chiefs? Eagles?
No, I don't have the Chiefs winning it either. If the Bills don't win the Super Bowl, I think the Bengals win the Super Bowl.
Damn. Okay.
Repeat. Let's not count out the Cincinnati Bengals.
True. Yeah.
These guys went to the Super Bowl last year.
It's just they have such a tough road, dude. They got to beat the Ravens. Could be a good, healthy Ravens team. And then if they beat the Ravens, then they're going to most likely have to play the Bills. It's like, oh my
That's the good
gosh.
thing, though. You know, it reminds me
Gets
of
the good
Georgia.
teams out of the
It's
way.
Georgia in the national championship, man. Like, Georgia's true test is Ohio State. I'm sorry, but I don't think Georgia ever thought that TCU was their true test. It was always Ohio State. They play Ohio State. They beat them just barely. I think the Bengals beat the Bills there. Yeah, they're cruising, dude.
Yeah.
They're cruising.
Cruising. Okay. Yeah.
And you know what? Fuck it, though. I'm sticking with my Cowboys bracket.
Okay.
Cowboys going to the bowl, baby.
Okay.
Just wait. Dak will clutch one.
You
one for the one time.
You
already
have
know,
this
baby.
in your thing if you want to pull this up because I'll switch to this.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Is it in my email?
Yes.
Cool. Let me pull this up. Uno momento, por favor. Anybody taking Japanese and can tell me what I just said? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, are we cash money? Do you got it pulled up?
Yeah, I was just kind of toying around with it here.
Oh, okay,
but,
awesome.
I'll kind of, I'll just go right to where it was.
Yes, sir.
You have this, right?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
cool.
looking at it
I'll
right
just
now.
Put you on, and yeah.
All right, well, boys, we were literally just talking about all of our playoff picks, and we have one of the best ways that you can make your own playoff picks right here and have a chance to win some NFL jerseys in the process. So today's stream is sponsored by Run Your Pool. I've worked with Run Your Pool before. It's an awesome. And honestly, I just want you guys to go there and check it out right now. Is there a link in the top of the description, Chase? Anything like that? Well, either way, just go and Google and type in Run Your Pool, and I want you guys to see the same thing I'm seeing right now while you're watching the stream.
We'll pull it up right here. This is exactly what you
and
guys
you can
will
see it on our screen too. Run Your Pool is the home of competition, bringing sports fans and their social circles together to connect and compete. They offer every single game type and every sport. It's a one-stop shop for sports gaming with customizable features that you don't get anywhere else. So the reason we've teamed up with Run Your Pool is to run a playoff prediction pool for all of you guys and give you a chance to win some awesome prizes. So the way it works is you pick the winner of each NFL playoff game and the total points that will be scored in each game. So you guys all call me Casual, right? You guys all think you know exactly who's going to win? Well, this is perfect because you actually get to test that out. And 3 of you are going to get NFL jerseys. I'm going to give away NFL jerseys to the top 3 finishers. So if you've ever typed Casual or said L take or anything along those lines, I strongly expect you to be in this tourney right now on Run Your Pool. Okay?
Yeah.
It's that simple. You pick the winners and the total points scored. You guys know the winner of every single game.
Link is in the chat, pinned right there, baby. Click that link.
So click that link. You'll make your
own
picks.
thing.
We'll be sending NFL jerseys to the people who win. So here's how it works. Again, you pick the winner of each NFL playoff game and the total points that will be scored in each game. You're awarded points for picking the winner and being close to the total score. And the person with the most points win. So there might be 100 of you who all perfectly predict the playoffs. That's not going to happen. There might be 10 of you who perfectly predict the playoffs. But out of those 10 who most correctly predicted the score, those are going to be the top 3 finishers. And honestly, just like a March Madness bracket, bro, maybe you just Hail Mary. Just start randomly clicking buttons. You might do better than some people. The best part is it's completely free to enter. You're not clicking that link and going and putting in your credit card and paying $20. It's completely free to enter. Okay? So don't forget to start your own pool of friends to stay in the action all playoffs long. Click that link, join the pool, and the top 3 finishers are getting an NFL jersey. So you better not be calling me Casual. You call me Casual again and you don't enter the bracket, then you're actually useless. So yes, you guys are joining my pool. There's a link right there. That's how you're going to know. We know everything, Papa. We say what we do because we got the third eye. Well, good. Then you're going to win an NFL jersey. How easy is that? Should be simple. And if there's any questions or any confusion on Run Your Pool next time, don't worry because we'll make sure we get you guys in the league. We'll make sure we get you guys in there because we don't have to do it right now. When is the first round of the NFL playoffs, by the way? Is it just this next? Yeah, it's January 14th. Saturday, January 14th. Unbelievable. That's so exciting. All right, gentlemen. Chase, are we all good?
Oh yeah, I actually want to try and get them into this pool. Actually,
that link doesn't take.
I just send it to the actual website, but I'm inviting them to our actual pool right now. Actually.
Oh, sweet.
I forgot to do that.
No
Let me
worries.
do that.
Sorry, boys. I thought that link was going to get you in our pool. Don't worry. We're gonna get a new one.
Okay.
Hover over the question mark there. That should give you. Any reason you can't copy that?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Maybe I got to do this.
Bear with us, gentlemen.
Is it just pool ID?
I want to be able to talk shit to you guys when you're all wrong.
I know exactly.
So
It should be
college football playoff next year. Too early predictions. I already said my college football playoff predictions too early. Ohio State, Bama, Georgia, USC. That's kind of like bailout picks though. Like I feel like those are probably the top 4 like most likely. Yeah, those feel like the most likely. This is interesting. What am I going to do when I correctly predict the score to every single game? Dude, if you correctly predict the score to every single game, I will fly to your house and I'll hand you $10,000 cash. Cash. Okay? Niners and Jags, T-Law has game-winning scramble, W take. Come on, man. Wait, when would the Niners play the Jags? Are you saying Niners and Jags Super Bowl? Like the Jaguars go to the Super Bowl?
Boys, look up the pool name MMG Live.
That is so weird. It's not giving you that link.
Yeah, it's not letting me copy and
Let
paste.
me see if I can do a little help with you. Invite link. They should have given you direction on how to do that, but they didn't. How do I invite members? Log in using your commissioner username and password. Go to commissioner console, invite instructions, and select new members.
I don't want to select new members. I don't commissioner console.
Invite members to participate in your pool up there. In blue. I'm him.
Copy link.
I'm him.
Good looks, baby.
All right, we got you guys the new link. Don't worry. We got you new link.
New link coming in hot.
Wait. We're going to pin it. I'll take down the currently pinned one. I just removed the currently pinned one. Let's go! Okay, it's that simple. Sorry, guys. We had the wrong link for you before. We got it fixed up right now. Right in the top of the chat is a link to run your pool. That's where you're going to join our pool. You're going to make your picks. You're going to guess the scores. The top 3 finishers get an NFL jersey of their choice, okay? And we're not going to give you some bullshit Fanatics, Chinese, dog water, cardboard, $15 Derrick Henry spelled with an A jersey, okay? I'm gonna go get you that nice Nike, crispy, $180 jersey, okay? We're giving you the real deal. So LFG.
Wow, Josh already said joined. Let's go, baby.
Hey, let's go.
Quick on it.
Hey, drop an LFG in the chat once you get joined and you're all set. And this is not just for members only. I know the poverty peasant folks who can't chat are mauling right now, but
Can't avoid TSA pre-check.
you couldn't. Ah! Everyone who's a member, this is what you don't understand. Those of you who aren't members and don't get to speak. You realize all these gentlemen are wealthy enough to be stupid. You get that, right? They're wealthy enough to pay me money to be stupid in my chat. Don't you get that? But you're just too broke to be stupid in my chat. How unbelievable is that?
Already submitted, CJ.
Wow, CJ, you made your picks and the scores that fast? Oh my God. Gunter, love to see it, baby. That's crazy. Hey, either way, make sure you guys click that link and join. It's going to be fun. I'm excited to see because if it's some crazy shit, like Jaguars go to the Super Bowl and there's like 3 guys who actually predicted that, I'm just going to be like, bro, what do you know? Like,
they should just get all 3 jerseys.
Give me your magic 8-ball.
They should just get as many jerseys as they want.
I'll tell you this, though. I'll make you guys a separate bet here with this Run Your Pool, okay? No, because I don't want to mess up your brackets.
All right, you can start, baby. Let's start yours right now.
Is this mine right now?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. I'll make mine with you guys right now. Okay. So wild card, let's go Bills.
Okay.
Bengals beat there. Okay. Jaguars beat the Chargers.
Okay.
Niners beat the Seahawks. Giants beat the Vikings. I didn't do it before, but I'm going to do it now.
Yep.
And then the Cowboys beat the Buccaneers.
Okay.
Okay, so now the Cowboys play the Niners. Cowboys beat the Niners, 100%. Philadelphia Eagles beat the Giants. Chiefs beat the Jaguars. Bills beat the Bengals. Okay. Bills beat the Chiefs. Cowboys beat the Eagles.
Wow, so you still had the Cowboys going to the bowl either way.
Now, when I look at it like this, I actually see the Cowboys going to the bowl. I legitimately see it. Like, I can see it. I can see the Cowboys beating the Niners.
Look at that, baby.
I see it. That's mine right there. Tiebreaker is Super Bowl total points. The total points of a Cowboys-Bills Super Bowl, it's going to be something like, to me, it's 28-21. No, there's got to be a field goal in there. Let's go 28-17 Bills, which is 45 total points. I'm going 45 right there. Chase, I think you have to type it in, sorry. On tiebreaker. And then submit.
45?
Let's go, baby.
Submit?
Let's go.
You're good?
That's my bracket!
You must pick a winner. Oh, yeah, I didn't click on the winner here.
Oh, Bebbit. No,
you have Bills?
I got Bills. Bills win that.
Okay, 45, good.
Easy peasy, baby. Your picks are in. Woo! All right, so that's how Run Your Pool works, guys. It's so simple. There's that link pinned at the top. If you want a chance to win an NFL jersey, put your money where your mouth is and stop talking shit in chat and maybe actually show that you're not a casual. Go ahead and click that link and make your picks.
It's free.
Made my picks. Have Bengals versus Eagles Super Bowl. Bengals win. I love it. Again, got the Jags playing the Bengals, but got them winning. Bet. You only have to guess the score of the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's the tiebreaker. So, like, if you somehow perfectly predicted who's into the Super Bowl, then the tiebreaker is how many points are in the Super Bowl. Yes. It's a very unlikely scenario where multiple people actually tie this. I bet that there's going to be one outright winner and then there'll be someone who came pretty close and another guy who came pretty close, and that's your top 3. On paper, it seems like really likely, but it just isn't. The odds of predicting the Super Bowl are fucking insane. This shit's hard. So,
okay, let's get this last thing in the books, baby. Let's do this last thing right here.
Yep. Final thing here. Yeah, we'll end it off with Cliff Kingsbury. Cardinals fired head coach Cliff Kingsbury, who 10 months ago signed a contract extension through the 2027 season. Yeah. Cardinals still never have had a head coach. Any head coach lasts longer than 6 years, while the team has existed for over 100 years.
That's actually insane.
I don't know. Here's the thing I'd say about Cliff Kingsbury. Way too much talent to perform the way he has. RG3 tweeted a picture of himself.
I guess so.
Dude, RG3's kind of corny on Twitter, bro. He be tweeting too much. He's got to log out.
Sorry.
He's got to put the phone down every once in a while. I don't know. I just think there's too much talent on these teams for him to underperform. Mm-hmm. And I think the reason he gets this firing is last year at the start of the year, Cardinals were incredible.
Yeah.
Everybody had them as like a favorite, a playoff favorite. They fell apart at the second half of the year. Not much changed on their team, but they fell apart.
Yep.
They lose Chandler Jones. They're now losing J.J. Watt. Kyler Murray's injured. So a lot of it, you could say, is out of Cliff Kingsbury's hands. But the cataclysmic fall apart of the Cardinals at the end of last year, getting whomped on by the Rams. Mm-hmm. And then you come into this season and you're 4-13. Just pitiful.
You know, it really surprised me by this whole thing here, and that's kind of really why I brought it up, is look at this right here. Kyler Murray will have input on the next head coach of the Arizona Cardinals per owner Michael Bidwill.
Wow.
What surprises me with this is we were thinking Kyler Murray was jumping ship.
Right.
Like mid-season, there's all this shit going on. You know, you see clips of Kyler Murray getting into it with HC, just screaming at each other. Then Kyler Murray and D-Hop are screaming at each other on the sidelines. Then Kyler Murray's getting injured. Then he's getting this flack for playing Call of Duty.
Right.
And now you got the head coach being fired, and then you have the owner pretty much backing Kyler Murray. Sounds like they're trying to stick with Kyler Murray for the long haul here.
I would be. Kyler's so good.
He is. Do you think Kyler is saying, yes, I love this? Or do you think he's like, fuck, I'm getting dragged into this organization again?
It's so hard to obviously actually know. Right. But from everything we saw, I think Kyler Murray hated Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
There are so many clips that you can find of Kyler coming off the sideline, hot as shit, so mad, just ready to bitch out Cliff Kingsbury. And you see him all the time. Like the camera right on him, just screaming at Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
I think he had a big problem with Cliff Kingsbury. And I think Cliff Kingsbury just had a big problem as a head coach. Mm-hmm. I hate to be that brutal about it, but I do not think Cliff Kingsbury was a very good head coach. I think he was a very overrated head coach who, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, a good point that someone in chat makes is the owner, or was that? Yeah, it was the owner, right?
Yes.
The owner doesn't say that unless he's talked to Kyler about it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely like Kyler was talking to the owner and saying, hey, we've got something here and I like it, but, you know, maybe not, but huge. The Cardinals are looking to deal DeAndre Hopkins. Did you see that?
No.
DeAndre Hopkins has 2 years, $34 million left on his deal.
Yeah.
He has a no trade clause, meaning if the Cardinals say, hey, DeAndre, we're shipping you off to Houston. We're taking you back to Houston. You know, we're trading you there. He has the option to say no. But if they say, hey, DeAndre, we got a really good trade for you. You're headed to the Bills. Maybe he says yes. You're headed to the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe he says yes, right? But he has a no trade clause. But they are looking to deal him. So to me, that was like rebuild mode.
Right.
I mean, you're 4-13. You've got, do they have their first? Do they have their first round pick? What is the Cardinals draft pick?
I'm not sure.
I'm not 100% sure they have their first round. They do not have their first round in 2022. Oh, wait, no, that was the previous. Cardinals draft picks 2023.
Yeah.
They have round 1 pick 3.
Damn.
And they're looking to trade DeAndre Hopkins. They might be in rebuild.
Yeah.
So you have round 1 pick 3. You don't take a quarterback because you're bought in on Kyler. Who do you take if you're the Arizona Cardinals? You're going to get a new head coach in. You're attempting. All they said is they're trying to deal DeAndre Hopkins. They want to get a good trade for him. My opinion on that, They're not trying to trade for a centerpiece or a veteran. They're trying to trade for draft picks.
I was gonna say they're losing J.J. Watt too.
Yes.
J.J. Watt's gone. If they're losing D-Hop.
Well, you don't get Will Anderson.
Yeah.
People are saying Will Anderson. You don't get Will Anderson. Will Anderson's gone. Fine. Let's pretend that Jalen Carter goes 1. Okay? You take Will Anderson in a heartbeat. In an absolute fucking heartbeat. They don't have Chandler Jones down anymore either.
If he makes it to 3, though, you're saying?
Well, he will because number 2 is going to be a quarterback.
Ah, okay.
Out of Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, in my personal opinion, only one of them goes in the first 2.
So it'll be 1 and 2. There'll be a quarterback in there, is what you're saying. You think?
2 is the Texans. They take a quarterback.
Yeah.
So yes, unless they trade it. Obviously, the Bears can trade it and someone else can trade it, and Will Anderson could still be sitting there at 3, technically, if the first 2 are quarterbacks or Jalen Carter and a quarterback. But get Bears D-Hop and their 3rd overall for the number 1 pick. Use it for Will Anderson. That's actually, I fucking love that. I'm not even gonna lie. See, because the Bears do want a wide receiver, but
that'd be a huge asset for the Bears.
Get Bears D-Hop and their 3rd for the 1. I think you get more out of the number 1 overall pick. I don't think the Bears would make that trade.
Yeah, would the Bears want that?
That'd certainly be nice for the Cardinals. I don't know. That's a tough one. Yeah. Will Anderson and Simmons would be a scary combo. Yeah, I think the Cardinals would be geeked to get a Will Anderson.
Does Sean Payton go to the Cardinals?
Shit. I mean, he could.
Yeah.
I don't know who's in the head coach market.
I don't know too many coaches. I just know Sean Payton's kind of looking around.
Yeah, see, there's another wrinkle to it, though. But would Hopkins want to go to the Bears, right? Because he's got the no trade clause.
Oh, yeah.
So he can say, nah, I'm staying in Arizona. He was on our flight.
I think he was. Yeah, I thought it was him.
We were flying from Phoenix to Los Angeles for the night chip yesterday morning.
Yeah. That makes sense too. He would
right?
definitely, that was yesterday.
DeAndre Hopkins goes to Lifetime Biltmore. I've seen him in there before.
Really?
He's playing basketball. Huh. Yeah.
I'm thinking it was him. He has like longer hair? Like, yeah, it was probably him. Yeah.
Yeah, he likes Arizona. I don't actually see him leaving. He'd have to leave somewhere nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about money too.
That's true.
And he's at the end of his career. What is 1 or 2 years getting paid another $50 million? Why not? Yeah. Right? You have your house here.
Ryan Keith was good, baby. Yeah. Arizona's the favorite. Yeah, I don't actually think they're going to trade. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get what they want for him, but they can trade for him.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen.
It's a fat one, baby.
Awesome stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's an absolute blast. Little playoffs. And I mean, shit, we're going to see you guys the same time next week. We'll have 1 round of playoffs under our belts. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Tell them fuckers to get into this pool.
Oh yeah. Of course.
They talk so much shit in the chat. You guys
seriously
talk.
Final thing, gentlemen. Final thing. Pinned. Let them know. You see the comment. Click that link right there. The top 3 finishers are getting an NFL jersey. It's Run Your Pool. It's pinned in the messages. You can see it. Click it. Make your picks. That's it. You're predicting the playoffs. Okay. You all think you could do that. You're predicting the playoffs. So go ahead and click the link, predict the playoffs. Top 3 finishers get an NFL jersey of their choice. I'm going to get you a nice one. Don't worry. You got Giants, Jags, Super Bowl. Jersey on the way. Crib, I think you're onto something there, baby. I think you're onto something. It's totally free to enter. Run Your Pool. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's stream. I can't wait to see how this pans out. But all right, gentlemen. I love you. Thank you guys for being here. It's been an absolute blast. I can't wait for next week. Got more playoffs. I'll probably finally take down the Christmas tree. Shit.
I love these lights, though.
I know. It's actually really sad. That's part of it.
Good.
It looks good. But yeah, I got to do it at some point. I got to do it at some point. All right. Hey, love you guys. Thank you for being here. Massive W's. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you so much. And we'll see you next week. Same time. Shmoney.